Hello, guys and gals, and welcome. So. 2 days left. 2 days left till ladder, my boys. 2 days left. What are we gonna do with ourselves for 2 days? I gotta go to work tonight at midnight, but I wanted to get some streaming in. I want to do something. Plus, I'm sure there's a bunch of people online on freaking Discord right now. Yep. There's like everybody's on here. Jack, Anastasia, got Deviant, King Swag, Granicia, Sexy Squidward. Somebody new I've never seen before.
You guys low-level duel?
Nah, I never got into it.
I've never attempted it.
No from everyone? Okay.
I mean, it interests me, but I've never done any research on the topic.
I think I got a really nice shield.
You just did Neolithic in a minute.
For a while, I
Who
was
said they want a
trying
nice
to
shield?
get better into it, but as far as like studying what was,
I've watched a bunch of
but
videos on it, so if you show me this shield, I'll let you know if I've seen it in any of these videos.
Yeah, sure. Hold on.
What shield are you looking for?
He thinks he found a LLD shield. It has to be required level below 30.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
what's up, Ginger?
There's also other tiers too
Now.
below level 30 as well, so.
This is like a level 9 shield.
Yeah,
You
like
wanna
18 or
shine?
something is a bracket, I believe, right?
Yeah, 9 to 18.
I had a lot of people ask
attack
about
rating, enhanced defense. Okay.
spell charms.
And
Pretty
it's
close
white,
to
so you can
perfect.
Larzik it.
Yeah, get 4 sockets
Holy
in it.
shit!
It's dropped off hell.
Yeah, I'd say
Here's
that's an LLD shield.
Yeah, right?
Ooh,
That's definitely an LLD shield.
That's worth keeping.
and that's very low too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I would keep that.
Here's
my
Shine,
shield.
King.
Yeah, so that's my plans for ladders. Just do an Uber service on day 1, day 2, day 3, and day 4.
Uber service.
Yep.
Well,
Of course, if you guys get keys, I'll run them for you guys for free.
if I get to key farming that early, I will definitely hit you up.
Game failed to join channel. General. Wow.
And if key farming
That's
goes very well for me, I'd be more than happy to cut you in if you're running the keys.
I mean, last time when we started, we kind of just all did key farming and we just kind of pooled our keys, and it worked out pretty
Yeah.
well. The
Well,
issue
I-
was is some people
Like
would farm
a couple
keys and
days in.
they'd get really unlucky. So like you'd have somebody who'd be farming
Yeah.
keys for like all day long and get like 1 key, and then somebody else would be farming keys for like 2 hours and end up with like 10. And
Jack
so it
I had that problem.
didn't really balance out very well, like for if you were doing it by yourself. But as a group, it worked out really well. We had tons of keys as a group.
Yeah.
And then we could focus too. So like, you know, when we had way too many of like the Countess keys, we could be like, no more Countess farming, go farm, you know, the other guys.
Yeah, I feel it.
You couldn't get me to leave Countess.
I don't know. At one point, we literally had like, I think it was like 40 Countess keys, and we only had like 3 or 4 of everything else.
I had really good luck at Countess though, and when I started getting massive discrepancies in keys, I would just find a public game of somebody trading keys, and then be patient enough to wait for somebody who's like gonna take a deal of like not a 2-to-1 basically.
I think I'm going to do a Zerker, so I can always just like hop behind everyone and use the new busted find item.
You gonna shout really well, really loudly?
Rah!
I
was
kept
gonna
telling
do-
Jack he had to yell in his mic every time he did it, but it never caught on.
I was gonna do the hammer Foden type thing, but I think it's too busted not to have at least one find item guy online.
Well, now,
I
now that
mean,
we know
I'm
that
gonna
find
have a
item,
Find item. I'm just leveling the Bowden first.
now that we know that find item can go to 70%, that's kind of ridiculous.
76, easy.
And you know, building find potion with it now means you get the Grim Ward too, so you get like a nice little neat little package there.
That's too many points.
You don't need to put any points in the Grim Totem. You just put 1 point into it, and your plus to skills takes care of the rest, and then you get the synergy bonus.
I need all my points for battle orders and battle command and all that other stuff.
Can't sacrifice 1 point.
Nope. Nope.
Damn man, this man's greedy.
The greediest.
I need my 76%.
But yeah, but that would I would just do it like it's like a pure support role, right?
Yeah.
That doesn't work. You need to at least, until you get your merc geared, you need to at least have fucking berserk.
Well, that's it. This would not be a solo play character at all. This would just be for finding items and sharing with the group. I would need a Hammerden behind him or in front of him.
Ethereal Goblin Toes.
As long as you hop into a game with at least one other person, the power difference that that person's going to gain is going to be huge from having you there. You obviously gain more items, so I think it'd be fine. As long as you're, what you are, fully aware that you're not going to be doing anything solo until that barb is geared.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
But once you get a nice thick barb, you can fuck shit up.
I was actually just looking at the roster. We've got so many people in the roster. There's certainly going to be enough people to play with.
Yeah. I'm
Still need to fill
Squiddy.
out, I guess.
Also Alex, by the way. Nice to meet you.
Hello. I mean, for the first day, we're obviously going to have to break up into groups and stuff. But you know, like when it comes to like the next couple days, when people start to go back to their jobs and stuff like that, I mean, we've got plenty of people to group up with. So, I mean,
I'm retired, so
we can coordinate things. I guess is what I'm saying. So there should always be somebody online you can play with. Like it's not going to be like you log in and nobody's going to be online. Especially with all the people from random other countries we've got.
yes.
Like,
What should I gamble, guys?
That's a good question.
A
What are you in the
very
mood
good
for?
question. I don't know. Are throwing weapons worth gambling?
No.
no, because they can't spawn ethereal from there.
Yeah, you can't get ethereal. You want ethereal. Now, you saw my gear. Look at this Fist of Heavens.
Oh, what? I'm so confused by the power scale of this build now.
What power scale?
Oh, it's insane. Foden is going to be insane.
Forwarded compared to how it was back when my computer worked before.
Yeah, like, I have no combat skillers. Like, you saw what the hell I had, and my holy bolts do 27 to 2800 damage. And they hit everything on the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really not the Fist of the Heavens that got the buff. It's the Holy Bolt, really.
Yeah, that's what the ones running
Well,
around
yeah.
with max conviction. Like you're retarded. Like for what?
But your ability to hit demons with it is very, very strong. Like,
And
it
that's
opens
why
up
you
so many
don't-
other possibilities for.
And
the
that's why
build.
you don't run this, because you don't give a damn about that lightning damage. You don't run this.
Yeah.
When you run into something that your holy bolt doesn't kill, because this is just a freaking delivery system of this.
Yeah, it's just a delivery system for Holy Bolts, basically.
Yeah.
So when you run into something you don't kill, 1 point smite or 40 points hammers.
The lightning damage on Fist of the Heavens is really not even that great. Even fully maxed out with conviction and the skillers, like it's still
Yeah, I'm missing one.
it's still
too.
really not that great.
Moment of truth, launching Diablo for the first time since my computer worked again.
Now, I don't think anyone's going to besmirch you having conviction. I mean, if you're running around with conviction, people are going to be like, "Ooh, conviction."
Yeah, nobody's gonna complain.
Yeah.
Nobody's
I'm
going to
gonna be
complain.
running around with meditation or vigor or cleansing. Like, so nobody's gonna complain then either.
Nobody complains about paladins, really. Like, everybody loves them. Do you have an aura up? Is it different than somebody else's aura? Nice.
I got booed because I put out Heart of the Wolverine instead of Heart of the Oak. Like, booed, you dude.
Yeah, well, you should have been a paladin.
You
What
should.
can I tell ya?
I was
You should
thinking
have grouped with physical attackers.
concentration might not even be a bad choice for a Foden. You get a really nice high physical damage like minion, concentrate him up, and then the concentration makes you uninterruptible most of the time while you're in there, so you can basically be close range.
I just run meditation.
And you can just sit in
1
there.
point meditation for the mana, so I don't have to worry about mana. And that prevents me from running redemption, so I don't have to worry about mana. So all of my corpse exploders and death trappers and find items, 75% barbers can be in there doing what they want to do.
I just maxed Holy Bolt and meditation and prayer and not have any damage ability, so I can heal people for 3k a hit. It's kind of funny. Like
Well, we know who our meditator is going to
The
be. I'll
rise
be our
of the
cleanser.
rise of the cleric paladins.
it was disgusting. I threw the merc into like a whole mob of like players 8, and I'm just healed him and he just never died. He dropped to like 0 HP back to full in like one Holy Bolt.
I want a Holy Nova now.
It's like you can be trash gear. You can go into Ubers with trash gear as long as the Holy Bolt healer is like sitting there behind you. It's like chugging a rejuve pot every like 0.2 seconds.
Well, the funny thing about the Ubers is, you know, Fist of the Heavens, like, main benefit is the more monsters on the screen, the more damage it does. And these Ubers are just spamming, like, you know, summons. And every single one of these summons is a demon or an undead, so you've got, like, a constant, never-ending stream of just, like, extra Holy Bolt proc targets. Like, I could imagine, honestly, like, a bunch of Fist of the Heavens paladins just running into the middle of Ubers with, like, all the Ubers sitting there, spawning their minions together, just spamming Fist of the Heavens and everything just getting obliterated. The only one that I don't think would take damage is the Pit Lords. That's the only one. Because
Are they not demons?
the Pit Lords are demons and they're immune to magic. And as far as I know, Holy Bolt only bypasses undead immune to magic. I haven't tested it. There's not a lot of demons that are immune to magic to test that on. You'd have to go into the Ubers to test it. Because I can't think of a single monster off the top of my head besides those Pit Lords that are immune to magic and demons. The majority of immune to magic monsters are undead monsters.
Yeah.
Yeah, like even when you come to immune to magic, like they still die to Holy Bolt. They don't care.
Necron says it works on the Pit Lords too. We're talking about the Uber Pit Lords though. Are you talking about the Uber Pit Lords? Because I know it works on the Pit Lords. It destroys these guys. Well then, it looks like Fist of the Heavens Paladins would absolutely destroy the Ubers, the entire Uber zone.
What's the guy's name before Nephalak's temple? Pindle.
Pendle, yeah.
He just dropped
Pindle,
some
yeah.
unique charm.
You got yourself a Geeds.
Is that what that is?
There's only one unique charm that can drop from a regular monster.
How about that? Alright.
Good
Maybe-
luck.
I have one, so I can't, obviously I can't pick it up, so I gotta bank this one.
Yeah, go put it in your shared stash. It'll be fine.
I was happy I got a Geeds off of Countess.
I think I got most of mine doing Andy runs.
The interesting thing about the new buff to Barbarian is find potion is more important than find item.
Why is that?
It just is. Like you get 1%.
The
for every
sudden
single
reversal. It wasn't too
For
long
every
ago
point you
Jack
put.
was like, find item, find item. Who cares about find item?
Does the Fist of Heaven's Holy Bolt also heal, or is it just damage?
No, just damage. The Fist of Heavens doesn't heal players.
Because that would be kind of like sick. You could just like pop like foe like every now and then to like a full heal.
Yeah, it has its own. It has its own Holy Bolt. That's why it does less damage than your actual Holy Bolt does.
Because I was like, if I can get up to like 3k, healing on a Holy Bolt, if I can AoE it, you know what I mean? Like nobody's dying today. Like I'd be like the best battle cleric known to man.
I mean, there is
That's
one.
why I want Holy Nova.
There is one
Holy
kind of
Nova would be
a
insane.
kind of an off build that I was thinking about could actually work out. Interestingly, is build a Fist of the Heavens Paladin, who runs Holy Shock, because the two synergies do line up really well, like between the two, and you can still spam Fist of the Heavens while you're in there zealing. Like it's not really like you can't use Fist of the Heavens while you're zealing. Like, you could literally just be like, Zeal, Fist of the Heavens, Zeal, Fist of the Heavens, Zeal, 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 Fist of the Heavens, Fist of the Heavens, Fist of the Heavens.
Upgraded the Barbarian King.
111% chance for extra gold and 40% better chance for magic items.
Ooh. 40%?
Oh. Not bad. 20, is that level 29?
That's perfect magic find.
Dude, that's insane. Level 29 boots. What the fuck?
30 faster run walk, 20% better chance of magic item, 77 gold.
That's actually nuts.
Ooh, a superior mage plate.
A lot of 7s there.
Ethereal
Got yourself
superior
an
mage plate.
Annie.
Oh, Annie's have been raining here recently.
Raining.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to trade for one.
I mean, I still think they're going to be highly valuable in ladder, but I think what's happening is we got so many people just burning their Sojas at the end of ladder because they don't care.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to happen in the ladder. We're going to get in the ladder, and people are going to be real stingy with their Sojas for quite some time.
Look at that HP.
Daniel, how close to that tornado were you today?
I don't know. Was there a tornado? I was asleep.
Yeah,
I worked night shift last night,
Waynesburg,
so.
Virginia.
Where?
I think it's Waynesburg. Is that right?
That's kind of like out in the country.
Gotcha.
The hell? How the hell did I get hit by something I wasn't even standing near? And I'm getting hit by the fire too, and I'm not standing in the fire. Well, that's nuts.
I've been getting some desync.
I mean, it was like really clearly I wasn't there, but I was still getting hit, and it didn't make any sense.
Yeah, the Countess was smacking me from across the room. I was like, excuse me?
So what are the chances we're going to end up with a horrible, horrible, like, rollback terribleness? So we already know that, you know, it happened before. Like, it's not like this hasn't happened before. So it's pretty much just a question of, are we going to get a repeat? If Pete and Repeat fall off the boat.
Well, Microsoft owns it now, and Microsoft's got better servers.
No, Microsoft doesn't own it until the deal goes through in like 2023.
Well, it'll be good in 2023 then.
Well, it's not going to help us right now. But that's what I'm saying is we've got all these people coming in. They're coming back, obviously. You know, you can tell by how many people signed up for the freaking ladder roster. But everybody's excited, and it's going to be just like the launch all over again. We're going to have tons and tons of people in here, just like on launch, and it's going to stress out the servers. And I hope they freaking fixed it.
I'm so fucking excited for ladder.
It depends if they took the lessons from last time and it's like actually like added more servers for load balancing. If they didn't, then you're out of the same issue. Like, but it just depends if like they give a shit, you know.
I don't know. I just don't want it to be a horrible nightmare mess like it was on Diablo 2 Resurrected launch. For those of you who were with us on the launch, you guys know, like rollbacks, frickin' outages, constantly leaving and joining the system, trying to get it to work, characters getting locked out, stash is not working, all sorts of crazy ass crap.
Incredible queue lines that you waited an hour in, only to be kicked out of the game and wait another hour for.
No, see, the queue lines were later after they tried to fix the issue. Remember?
Yeah, you know what? You're right. That's absolutely right.
So we didn't get the queue lines until after all the madness happened.
Then when
Yeah,
you got the queue lines, and you had World of Warcraft players on the Blizzard things give you those first time memes and shit.
It was a rough launch. I'm not gonna lie, it was really rough, and I hope they've sorted that stuff out because last thing I want is that a repeat of that.
Did you play World of Warcraft when they were first released Classic and people were like waking up in the morning, like logging in their character and like having like an auto clicker on, and about time they got home from work at 5 o'clock, they were still like 1,300 in the queue, and they had to wait till like 9 p.m. to fucking log in. It was like they were like in queues for like 10, 12 hours. And then when they got in the game, they'd have like an auto runner just so they couldn't log out because they didn't want to log out and get back into like a 12-hour queue again. It was just nuts. then like D2 had that issue, but it wasn't as bad. But like they're coming to like the D2 forums to be in like the first time memes and stuff. You know, like well, back in my day, I waited 12 hours to go to a Wrathy Basin.
Did you hear about the launch of was it New World? When New World launched, there was people that had waited like frickin' 24 to 48 hours to get into the game, and then the game crashed, and they had to go back into the queue again.
I mean, Amazon really dropped that game hard. Like I've never seen like I knew it was going to be bad because I played Crucible, their MOBA, for a while, and like they didn't even have like voice chat in there. So like it's a team game, but you can't communicate with your team. You can't type to them. You can't talk to them. Already, it's like, man, this is kind of terrible. So then they scrapped Crucible, put them on like the New World team, and then New World was like game-breaking bugs, like dupes, cheats, all sorts of stuff within like the first week, and like that game just went like downhill really quick. And it's just like, man, Amazon, like you have like all the money in the world, but you can't hire like actual competent developers.
This one, I mean, I can understand this one. I mean, I kind of like as they explained it, and I realized it wasn't like completely and utterly their fault. It was like translating an old game into a new game and blah blah blah. But basically, you know, they should have fixed it by now. That's what I'm hoping, and who knows if they actually have. Because the moral of the story is that when you come down to stuff like this, they don't know whether they fixed it. They haven't had the servers be tested enough to figure out whether they fixed it or not. Like, because they need the stress to hit the servers to figure out whether the issue is going to happen again, and without the stress, they can't tell. So. What's with super uniques only dropping one item now? I just killed Hephaestus the armorer and he dropped me a wrist blade and a pile of gold. They're supposed to always drop 2 items. Not one item and a pile of gold. That's the beauty of killing super uniques. I don't know. I'm just going to go into this with tempered expectations. I think the issues that we're going to see, if we do see issues, they're going to be exactly the same as they were before. I think we're going to have the same kind of, like, characters getting locked out. Kind of like, you know, you can't log in to, like, a particular character's stashes.
We're going to stay the hell out of the tower because they say they fixed it, but we're not going to risk it.
Well, the other thing is that, like, before it was like you were okay as long as you stayed in your game. Like, it was when you left your game, that's when things started going frickin' haywire.
The tower? Question.
There was apparently a bug where you could crash just by zoning in through the tower levels.
Really?
Make sure the members pay their dues. What are you talking about, Kyle? What's my gold find? My gold find is pretty high. It's where is it? 628% extra gold for monsters. I mean, it could be higher, but I like running the extra gold because it fills up my stash like super fast. I actually have an issue on this character where literally if I play him for more than like an hour, his inventory will just completely fill up with gold, whether I'm trying to or not. And then I'll just be walking around and like he'll say, I can't do that. I can't do that. And I'm like, what is he talking about? I can't do that. And then I realize my inventory's, my gold is full. And I got to go back to town and drop off my gold before I can pick up more gold. He just finds gold like crazy, like nuts fast. Like whenever my stashes are running low or I want to do gambling, this is the guy I come to. Man, if we could get our hands on some key items on the ladder reset, we can go a lot faster. I'm really hoping we get lucky on some of these drops.
That's why I want to go item find barb, because it like 3/4 increases the amount of drops we get, or whoever's group I'm in.
What
Well,
increases
you're
that?
gonna need. You're gonna need
What
like.
if you run into a point where there's nobody to group with, and then you're stuck trying to solo as an IF barb.
Yeah, that's why I was originally gonna go hammered in, or
Like
actually
our
sword.
guy that was gonna play with us that ended up not getting his vacation off, and now he's stuck only working 9 to 5. He's gonna go item find barb for us because he knows whenever he's on and playing from 5 p.m. in the evening till he has to go to bed for work, he's always gonna have us to play with.
Yeah. Maybe I do just go Sork then.
How many PGing for a burr or a Sur rune? What?
I mean, my second character will be an item find bard, like elite item find bard.
Is he asking how many P gems for a burr rune?
I don't know. It's weird because like I'm not in any
1200.
trade channel.
Like,
It's
1200.
literally
1200.
I don't
Where is
understand.
this posted at? Because I'll give him a burr for 1200 gems right now.
His name is Killer Man. I don't even know what chat he's in because apparently I failed to join the trade chat. I failed to join
I'm
the
not
general
seeing any
chat.
I'm failing to join all chats too.
Yeah, I don't know.
But they fixed it today.
I need a key.
Oh, I got a set ring and a game ring. Ooh woo.
I need a key.
Oh yeah, we need lots of those. Let's pray for the godlike angelic set drops and all that other beautiful stuff. It's actually the amulet that's hard to come by. Early on, like I never seem to find the angelic amulet. I'll find Cathan's rings and Cathan's angelic rings, but not the angelic amulet. I don't know why chat is always broken. Like it's been broken since launch of the game. Like I swear, it's worked sporadically here or there. Like sometimes when you log in, it works. Sometimes it doesn't. Like, but it's never like continuously worked for any long period of time. Apparently, there's some sort of bug that if you have like a pending friend request, I was reading about that one that it like screws up the chat, which is just really weird. Why would a pending friends request screw up the chat?
I don't know.
David with the $10 donation. Thanks, sir. Thanks for reading public chat and being so responsive. Quick question. How important is the 125 FCR breakpoint, in your opinion, for a summon necromancer? It's not really important at all for a summon necromancer. I mean, some people really like to have faster cast on their summon necros. I don't really see why it's that important.
Only if you have Enigma.
I mean, this is the only reason I can tell you why you would want it. If you're casting something that needs to be done quickly. You don't need your skeletons quickly. You don't need your skeleton mages quickly. You don't really even need to use corpse explosion quickly. So the question is what are you using the FCR for? There's only two things I can think of that you would need to cast quickly, and that is revives. Revives need to be cast quickly just simply because they frickin' suck, and they only last 180 seconds. So if you can't cast them quickly, they basically are dead before you even get the last one up, which is hilarious. And teleport. But honestly, I don't even bother with Enigma. I just grab a teleport amulet. And it's not like you're going to get an Enigma at the beginning of ladder anyway. So you might as well just bank on a teleport staff or a teleport amulet or something, and just move about your day. And maybe one day when you get an Enigma, then you can try and get some FCR. The reason why you would need the FCR with teleporting is because when you teleport, you can very easily die if you don't teleport quickly enough, but you can also counter that by having a decent amount of faster hit recovery. I think at least 86% is what you need. Maybe a little bit higher. basically what happens is you teleport into a group of monsters, and when you teleport into the group of monsters hit you, you go into a faster hit recovery stun, and once you go into that faster hit recovery stun, if you don't have enough faster hit recovery to get out of the stun before the next hit lands or the next faster hit recovery effect hits you, there's a very good chance you never leave the group of monsters and you die there. Which is the reason why people like to have 125% faster cast, because what happens is you're teleporting out of the group of monsters before they have a chance to swing at you.
Banged on a Sork earlier today.
Oh yeah, I feel it. I love a good old-fashioned GB.
Yeah, not when I'm on the receiving end.
What are you doing, Mr. Knees? Come on now.
Trying to get things done fast for ladder, but fuck, not if I die every 5 damn minutes.
Respect your paladin.
I mean, a paladin shouldn't have any problem with dying. Not with that the freaking godlike holy shield buff.
My paladin never dies. It's ridiculous. Paladins are so broken. I mean, strong.
So they beefed up bone armor recently, Kyle. I don't know if you checked it out, but bone armor does have a huge buff now compared to what it was prior. There was one of the part of the patch notes, they were like, we recognized that bone armor, unsynergized, was absolute garbage, and nobody wanted to put points into it. So we beefed up bone armor so that you might actually want to put points into it now. Like, it was literally so bad that I think, what was it? Like, you literally got more benefit from putting points into the synergies than you did from putting it into the actual skill. Which is really weird. I don't think there's any other skill in the game that works that way. That you get more for putting it into the synergies than the skill itself.
I mean, what, Zeal, maybe? That doesn't count. It doesn't work the same.
Alright, I only got a little over 200 gems, but I'm going to try and re-roll some stuff. And for that person in chat that was mad about the rubies is here, I crafted a bunch of gloves today. Did 87 crafts with rubies, and they were all dog shit.
You didn't get nothing good?
I got a bunch of +2 to passive and magic skills.
Did you get any good ones? Because I actually have a passive magic skill, girl.
Am I still streaming? Am I still streaming to Discord?
Yeah, you're still streaming.
I am, yeah. You can come look. I'll show you the gloves.
Because you might actually want to hold on to them because they might actually be valuable now that they fix the dodges. Maybe.
Yeah, come look at them if you want to. Let me know.
So no IAS, unfortunately.
That's javelin.
I think they're gonna have to have IAS with the passives. Like that's kind of like a prerequisite.
There's one. There's one. There's a +1 to passive. And another +1 to passive. So there's that pair.
I mean, those are pretty bad.
There's that pair.
Those have 12 strength, 3. Nah, that's pretty bad too.
There's this pair.
Yeah, I mean, decent amount of fire resistance, but nothing really else great on those. I mean, those do have IAS, but nothing really else good on them.
Yeah, no, it rolled very low on Dex.
Yeah, we didn't get. Yeah,
This
not a
pair.
lot of GGs. Well,
Nah.
9.
This pair stunk.
Yeah, stunkies.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are all pretty terrible.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
So that's why I re-roll with my rubies.
Yeah, I have a pair that I'm using on my girl right now that's +2 passive, +20% IAS, and it has like 8% crushing blow, like 3% life steal. They're pretty sweet, but I was looking for some better ones.
You want to look at these rare rings?
What you got?
Got this one.
I mean, it's a decent little mana steal ring.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
+2 min. It could be a lot higher than +2 min.
Yep.
I think it goes up to like +10, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
I mean, anything above like +5 is in a better territory, but
Yeah. I'm going slow enough, right?
I mean, that's a nice little magic find ring if you were like a melee
Yeah,
character.
That's what I was thinking. And it's level 30.
Because when you use Nagels, you sacrifice everything. It's nice to have something.
Sacrifice absolutely everything.
That's a sweet ring. 77 mana, all res 10, 5% magic find. If you were still running your sorceress, I'd say use that on your energy shield sorc. Because 77 mana with some magic find and some all res,
Nothing left.
that actually might sell for pretty good. Actually, you might want to post that. And with the rise of the energy shield sorceresses, that's a lot of stats on that thing. 20 dex or 20 strength, 13 dex, 34 life. I mean, it's not the greatest ring in the world, but that's a lot of stats. Dual leech with nothing really 8's great on it, but I mean, it's a dual leech ring, I guess.
Attack rating's all right for his melee.
2% mana steal? So
Yeah.
sad.
2%.
I've never seen 2% before.
There's 3% for life.
That's level 13. I mean, that's actually a pretty good level 13
That
ring.
was the
But
only reason I kept it was LLD. I know that there's a cap level 15 bracket. Am I right?
I think 19, but yeah,
Oh, okay.
or 18 even.
I think it's 18. I saved a lot of charms, and I had a lot of people ask me about some with like 18 caps.
ooh, that would have been so much better if it had rolled with a little bit more attack rating.
Agreed.
4 min, 94 attack rating. It rolled a little bit too high for low level dueling.
Yes.
I mean, all res 10 with 11 strength is probably already going to be a good ring for like anyone who's going low strength builds, like because it's just strength and all res together.
Yeah.
I mean, that would have been really nice if it rolled some life steal or mana steal or something on it. And then you got a Captain's. Woo, boys! Yeah, that I think that one ring you rolled is actually pretty nice. The mana all res ring with the rise of the energy shield sorceresses. 77 mana, all res 10. It even has magic damage reduced by 1 on it.
Oh yeah. As soon as
And
I
then
rolled it, I was like, "Ooh, if I had still been playing."
A little bit of magic find on there too. I think you could trade that honestly. You might get
Probably.
like a low rune for that, maybe even a little bit higher. The 77 mana is a lot of mana for a ring. I'm actually using a ring right now that's 88 mana, 13% magic find, specifically just so I have like a huge boost of mana on this character. That's why you guys in chat, you guys need to be looking out for these rare rings too. Like if you find a rare ring that has like a large amount of mana, and then magic find on it, and then maybe like all resistances, a high amount of magic damage reduced or physical damage reduced, these are going to be like prime rings for energy shield sorceresses now.
Hey, Ginger, I had 2 more.
Oh, yeah, 2 more?
Yeah, 2 more. They were in a different stash tab.
Dual
This
leech.
one I feel like could have rolled more attack rating, and I feel like the resistances are kind of low.
Yeah, 11-7 is pretty low. 9 to min. That's actually pretty nice. That's what's one off perfect for the min.
Oh, really? I did not. I thought men could go to 12 on these. That's
I
my
think
bad.
I think it's 10. Anybody wants to correct me on that? But I think on rare rings it's 10. I think on magic it can go higher.
Oh, yep. You're right. You're
Double
right.
check. Yeah, there you go.
That's the thing about D2 that confuses me, because I left D2 to go play that Path of Exile, and just the higher item level you went, the more you could roll on the item. So I'm not used to magic items being able to roll different numbers.
No, it's like when it comes to rings, like I think a lot of people just don't know what they're looking at sometimes. Like, I mean, I've seen rings get sold to vendor that literally have like 10% FCR, all res 10, and like life and mana, and it's kind of nuts. Like that people will look at the ring and be like, "Oh, this is garbage," and then another guy's like, "Oh my God, I've been looking for that ring for like 18 years."
A lot of them are niche too, so it's kind of hard to tell value on certain item.
Well, like especially Magic Find, when you get Magic Find in it, like a crappy ring, a ring that might not necessarily be a good ring, can be potentially a very good ring if it rolls with Magic Find on it. So like,
Yeah.
like this one right here that I've got, that's not really that great of a ring. It's 88 mana, 26% fire resistance, but then it also rolled with 13% Magic Find. So I'm using this in place of a Nagel because I'd like to have some other stats other than attack rating.
Hey, Mr.
Yeah.
Paladin, do you have any Bale, Nilithak, or Diablo Grand Charms?
I do.
Do you want to trade me one for a combat skiller?
I would. Yeah, I definitely do that.
Okay, it rolled 15 poison damage over 4 seconds, but I mean it's a combat skill, and I know you just said you didn't have any.
Yeah. Oh,
I am in craft 3, password 1. That was I think. Let me see inventory. 1, 2, 3. That was my 3rd roll of the night for the combat skill.
Yeah, blue gloves can actually roll +3 skills, which is something that you won't see on rares. That's why I like picking up every pair of blue gloves I find.
Never seen somebody identify so many items as you, to be honest.
Who, me?
No, GGM.
Oh.
Oh, because
Say, I
there's so
identified,
many good items that you
800
can.
pack of small charms today.
There's so many good items that can drop.
No,
Like it's
you're
nuts.
absolutely right. You're a very patient and
Why do you think I like?
that he
diligent
identifies
man.
it all.
Why do you think I like to
that he
play
does.
the Necromancer? Like the Necromancer is a
Yes.
class that gives you the time. It affords you the free time to pick up the items and identify them.
Part of what I liked about your videos in the beginning was that exact thing, because it's what I wish I could do, but I just don't have the patience to do.
Do you know what's funny though? Like I remember one time I was watching like Llama or something, and he's like speeding through. I guess he's doing his Holy Grail or whatever, and like an item drops on the ground, and I know what it is, but he doesn't even bother to pick it up or identify it or be like, "Hey, this is a piece of crap." Like he just goes right by it, like as if it doesn't exist, and I'm like, he's not even gonna bother to pick that up to see if it's any good. Like it was like a rare pair of gloves. Like it could have been freaking godlike or whatever, but. You know, it's just,
Does not
If you
care.
don't
And
have
it
time
irked
to
me.
identif- if you
It
don't have
irked
time
me.
and patience to identify everything, at least identify magic javelins that are the ones that are Amazon only, because those are the ones that have a chance to roll +6 to jav skills and 40% IAS.
heck, it irks me when I play with you guys sometimes, because like literally I'll go do the council, and you guys have already killed the council, and literally sitting on the floor at the council is like 3 or 4 items that could potentially be like the most godlike items ever, but they're just sitting there unidentified, and I'm like, ooh, I will bite somebody.
yeah, I feel bad.
What it could have been.
No,
I
literally, there have been times where I've literally gone there, like, seen the item on the ground that somebody didn't pick up, identified it, and it literally rolled like +2 jav, 20% IAS, like dual res freaking gloves, and I'm like, why wouldn't you even at least pick these up and see if they're freaking +2, 20% IAS dual res gloves? And they were.
Take a peek. Yeah.
I think I literally have them on my Zon too. Like they're so good that I just kept them for myself, and I was like, I'm just gonna use these then. It's like nobody wants them.
Kind of a sick find.
Some items are so rare though, like it's like if you actually found it, it's like winning the lottery. Like
The only way to find it is to check.
like the guy the other day who literally posted on one of my comments that he found a +3 bone spear, +3 bone spirit, +2 lower resist wand, and I'm like you literally just like found a freaking lottery ticket on the street that won.
Yeah, that's odds.
White wand base. Oh my.
And it had 2 sockets.
Naturally.
Ooh, a superior bone weave. Aw, it's 2 sockets with 12% enhanced. I always love the way that freaking the chainmail looks. I know it's not the best base for stuff, but it always looks so cool. It's too bad it's only 2 sockets though. The only thing you can really make in that is a smoke.
Early ladder.
You're still looking for your perfect Eth Tomb Reaver, David? I have a, I tell you what, David, if you want it, I have a nearly perfect ethereal Ribcracker. You just donated me $10. I mean, least I could do is give you a perfect ethereal Ribcracker. How about that? Totally not real money trade. This is a gesture for a gesture. It's a gesture for a gesture, my buddy. Look, check this out, David. 296%. 296% Ribcracker, my boy. Ethereal, you just need a Zod rune. Come and get it. Game is GGM1 password 16. It's all yours. I even upgraded it for you. I already spent a pull and a lumbering on it with a perfect emerald. Those things are expensive.
I just found a 281 Ribcracker, not Eth. Womp womp.
I heard that some people prefer the non-eth so they can shale it. So it's not exactly a bad thing. There's a whole group of people. Some of them prefer the eth, some of them prefer the non-eth, and they go back and forth and they argue about it.
I mean, it's a Ribcracker. I'm holding on to it. 281 ED.
I mean, this is a 296. It's 4% off perfect. I mean, it's like
that's GG.
you're probably not gonna find one better than that. Like, I'm surprised I found it, to be honest.
I can't.
Mr. Nee, why are you throwing a fit? You're just throwing a whole fit. What's the matter, fit boy? Come get your Ribcracker. Crack some ribs with it. The reason why I think a lot of people like Ribcracker over the Tomb Reaver, even though I think the Tomb Reaver is a little bit better damage, by the way, is that druids don't have any real defensive mechanics, like unless you're playing the bear. And it has 100% enhanced defense on it. So when you put it on, you get a really nice, hefty defense bonus. Like, you can see, like, I go from 1,124 defense to 2,456. I mean, it's a pretty massive defense bump for putting on the staff. A burr rune? Well, I don't mind if I do. I hope the Ribcracker does you well, sir. I was hoping somebody would acclaim that thing because I wanted to see it actually get some use.
Speaking of burr runes, somebody in here found a jaw and a burr rune today and didn't even notice they found it.
Really?
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was me.
How do you not notice you found a jaw and a
He
burr
just goes,
rune?
guys, are these runes worth
picking up
anything?
runes
I got
and
a jaw and a burr.
Listen, I saw the runes on the ground. I picked them up and I went running by because I was still killing stuff. And I never really identify anything until I get to town. I'm that guy.
Oh, you're that guy. Oh, you're the town guy. I can't stand those guys. They like pick up everything and they've got like an inventory full of stuff and they're just like, I'm gonna go back to town and identify it at Kane.
That's what I do. Come on, man. I mean, I'm in a role. I'm trying.
I can't wait. How can you be so patient to like run around and just be like here, let me just pick up this item. I'm not going to identify that. Let me just pick up this item. I'm not going to identify that. And you just like, and you just have like a full inventory of stuff, and then go back to town and then identify it. And you're like, it's too much patience. It's too much patience for me.
Daniel, you just got done saying that I should pick up and identify everything. That's what I do, but I get into killing sprees, and I want to finish the area, and you said by killing faster, you get more drops. So
that is correct. That is correct. But basically, you want to cluster them. You want to cluster them all together and kill them all at once.
I'm just following your instruction, my friend. You were the one that said just kill as fast as you possibly can. So I kill as fast as I can, kill, and identify later. I had a jaw, a burr, an ist, and an am all in one. Between the cow and the countess.
Hacks.
Yeah, he did. I'm about to gamble another 30 million gold here in a little bit.
Hacks.
No, I was live and I showed everybody. They saw it.
He did. He showed us.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah, somebody.
What all is worth
It's funny because if you do it live, they'll believe you, right? But if you just put a screenshot up, like I've been looking at these like Facebook posts and stuff, and it always cracks me up because people are like, you staged it, you dropped those on the ground, like blah blah blah.
I'm an open book, my friend. I was live. I'm live.
And
he was live on Discord.
One dude literally dropped a full like rune word set for like an infinity on the ground at Countess and said, "Oh my God, the Countess dropped me a full infinity rune word, complete with ethereal giant thresher."
I just got a bone snap from Diablo.
Ginger, what's your password? I'll come magic find with you if you want.
Oh, I'm just GGM 116. I think I might have already like cleared this game, but you're more than welcome to come join me. I'll come steal your loot after you don't want it.
What is worth gambling for other than rings and amulets?
I mean, rings, amulets are the first things. You can also gamble for anything that's like super rare that you might want to get your hands on.
Yeah, I know blade talons.
I'm trying to think like off the top of my head. Diadems, I think, was a good one.
I was thinking for a minute. I was thinking throwing items for that amplified damage proc and everything, but then you said no because you can't get them ethereal. So I don't want to gamble throwing now.
Well, yeah, now that ethereal items are like the bee's knees, and like throwing barbs no longer have to worry about whether an item's ethereal or not. Like that's literally made. There's probably people right now that are crying, like into their pillow because they probably had like the perfect throwing item, but it was ethereal, and then they threw it away, and now they're like, if I had only hung on to it. If I had only hung on to it. I haven't done the cow level yet.
Let's go. Hold on. All right.
I mean, another one that could be interesting is boots. Like, if you could,
what I was just thinking.
if you could get like a pair of like tri-elemental boots, I think like perfect tri-elemental boots are pretty sought after, but they got to be like 30, 30, 30 or higher on the resistances with with faster run walk. And maybe some faster hit recovery in there would probably be nice. Although, also, I think you can do, like, plus strength is useful. And plus dex for the block chance.
Okay.
Like, those can all be, if they're in the high numbers. But it's such a, like, it's gotta be, like, this combination. And if it's not this combination, then I'm not gonna use it, boots. I'd imagine also, I don't know how high mana can roll on boots, but if you did find like a really nice pair of like high mana boots, those might be interesting for a sorceress. They'd have to beat Silkweaves though, which could be hard. Because Silkweaves have the what? It's like 10% maximum mana increase. But Silkweaves don't have any resistances. So like if you had try resistance boots with some nice mana on them, they'd be better than Silkweaves.
Yeah. Alright, I'm stepping out for a cigarette, gentlemen. And then hopefully when I get back, I can do like 30 million gold.
Good.
What's up, Busy Grizzy? That's right. Fear my teeth. I swear they need to make teeth shotgun. If they make teeth shotgun, it would be so much better of an ability.
Wait, we're one off of Uber.
We're one away from Ubers.
Yeah, I think. Terror approaches Sanctuary.
/ Uber Diablo. Terror approaches. Approaches, I think, is 1 or 2.
Ooh.
Let me pull up my Uber Diablo
America's.
tracker. Yeah, it's 2. So we're not anywhere near close.
Got
That's just the first tier. So somebody sold some jank. That's about it.
Got
It doesn't go down though. It's a constant progression upward. So.
to leave your game running overnight.
Man, I don't know how people can do that though, because like I swear I'm so afraid it would burn up my PC.
I don't do.
I get kicked.
Got a whole burr rune in here. I'm gonna accidentally socket it into a Griswold's.
You mean bear?
I call burr. I'm chilly, okay? When I read it, I'm very chilly. It's a burr rune. Burr. God bless it. You're not chilly when you read it? Chilly Willy?
I need a key.
Yeah, see, like, if you actually want to build, like, revives, that's one of, like, the worst things about not having FCR, is it, like, takes you forever to build revives. That's why I, like, it, every single time I build a Summon Necromancer, I'm like, do I really need revives? I was like, do I really need... And then they're dead, like, 3 minutes later. And it's just, it was a complete waste of my time, usually. They don't even really do that much damage, anyway. Ooh, a Leech Wand. +2 to
Yeah,
fam.
I find FCR like super helps summon necros.
I don't know. Unless I'm teleporting, I've never really had much of a problem with it. Low FCR and summon necros. I feel
It's like you're trying to get all the UDARs and like trying to go to Ubers like super fast.
yeah, but even in that case, you could like throw on some FCR just for the time being, and then go back to your better plus skill equipment later.
Oh my god, I can't tell which cows are real.
They have the auras underneath of them, obviously.
Nintendo.
Not so bad. Somebody commented on one of my posts that he made an enigma and it didn't work, and I was trying to figure out what he did wrong. Whether he put in the wrong runes or whether he, you know, did something weird. It's an ethereal Jade Tando. Anybody want that for low-level dueling? He put it in a magical mechanics plate.
Oh my god.
Oh, no.
It's very sad. No, I had to unfortunately inform him that there was nothing we could do.
That is a bad day.
I can only hope it was offline or something. Can only hope.
Yeah, give yourself back the runes if you're on single player. I mean, that sucks.
Dang, Squidwardo, you almost died. Like, that was... You like, were, like, really, really close to dead there. That was, like, a 1 or 2 hits more, and that was... You would have been gone off the face of the planet. And I'm like, what the hell happened? Like, your block chance just failed. Like, you had 75% chance to block, and it was just, like, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0.
I'm not quite at 75 yet.
But like the cows just like went straight through all your defenses. You got like the worst rolls ever. I saw your HP just go.
It's still better than playing a Sork.
Dude, melee Amazon is like the freaking king bee's knees at this point. Like I freaking love playing her now.
That's why I was telling Deviant to hold on to his passive and magic charms. Or not charms, but the rolls.
Well, I mean, we looked at his passive and magics. He didn't really have anything too great, but some random ass crap dropping on the ground. I'm gonna tell you what.
I'm sorry, I ate all the bodies.
You dare use redemption with a summon necromancer?
I forgot.
You dare.
I forgot.
These souls do not need to be redeemed.
You are correct.
I need them for defilement purposes.
Do tomb games even exist anymore?
So you see these like high level crappy items like this skull cap right here. So there's some like plus to skills that can actually roll on these high level ones, and it's dumb. But like you have to pick them up and identify them, and most of the time they're garbage. But you can get like +2 shadow skills, or like +3 shadow skills, or like +2 martial arts, and like weird stuff like that on there. And it doesn't. I don't know why helmets can roll with martial arts and shadow skills, but they can. And they can roll with some pretty godlike stats. I was unaware of that for a long time, but then occasionally I'll find these like godlike +3 shadow skills helmets, and I'm like, okay, that's neat. +9 max. No, not since patch. It's just like been always. It's just rare. I mean, there's no reason not to pick something up and at least check and see if it's garbage. I mean, you know, and maybe you might not know whether it's garbage or not, but at least you can look at it and be like, hey, that's probably not garbage.
At a 17 to life.
Keep it.
20% magic fine gloves with 3% lifesteal. Huh. They just don't have enough good stats on them. They do have power strike, though. Power strike. +1 shadow disciplines.
Anybody in here got any pepper knowledge?
Impossible.
Pepper knowledge?
Like hot peppers?
Yeah, like I'm looking for a pepper for my salad. Jalapenos aren't quite hot enough, but serranos are too hot.
Look for red jalapenos. Jalapenos are not green by nature. Green is non-ripe. When they turn red, they get more spicy. Look for red jalapenos.
How hard are those to find? I've never seen one in the grocery store.
I grow my own jalapenos, and all you have to do is just let them sit on the vine for a little while longer, and they turn red, and they're way spicier. Also, the spice is mainly in the seeds of the jalapeno.
Yeah, I know that.
So you make sure you get the seeds in there.
Probably could just clean some serranos really well.
Yeah, it took me a while to learn this. I was trying to figure out, like, you know, sweet peppers, like red peppers and green peppers and stuff like that. I was like, are these like different things, or are they all the same? And what I came up with was basically green peppers are unripe. Like yellow and orange ones are like half ripe, and the red ones are fully ripe. But for sweet peppers, they don't get spicier; they get sweeter. So they get sweeter as they.
Serrano, the first one I made, I did it with just the
Oh dang.
essentially the skin, like I was making a stuffed bell pepper, and that was like nothing. It was like literally eating a bell pepper with no seeds. But then when I put seeds in it, it was like, oh my god.
Well, you know it's cumulative too, right? So like the spiciness actually gets cumulative. Like as you eat more and more spicy food, you kill your taste buds basically, and your taste buds just get more and more terrible until eventually like you're eating like ghost peppers like they're nothing. There's actually, like, you know, wine taste testers and stuff, you know, the ones that sit there and they're like and they're like tasting the wine. Like they won't touch hot stuff because it will literally damage their taste buds.
That sounded more like Hannibal Lecter than a fucking
Pretty
wine
much.
taste tester.
Pretty much, yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
I mean, I was going for creepy. I mean, I think it's kind of creepy when they do it.
I can only
It is kind of
imagine-
creepy when they do it. So honestly, you kind of hit the nail on the head there. But it was just very.
Who's
very
dropping all
close
this
to Hannibal Lecter.
sweet stuff on the ground here? Look at these fine charms of inertia.
Charlie's.
Oh
I
my
can only imagine like there's a wine tasting event, right? And everybody's like, well, we can't burn our like taste buds, you know, so no spicy food. And then some like drunk Cajun runs through, you know what I mean? Like, hey, boy, I got crawfish etouffee.
Hey, look at all these fine charms of fineness. These things are fine. Somebody's dumping their character in here, I think is what's going on.
I grabbed
Is
an
it-
Anaheim tonight, and I wasn't happy.
But you got some crafteds, 24% with 10% IS. A superior monarch with 13% ED.
Nice 5OS Rune Master too.
Ooh, with
Bro.
30 strength, 24% faster hit recovery with dual res belt that's only level 63.
I'd put Klee Gloss on my blade sin, like in normal. And she was wrecking, dude.
So I like that ring. It's a pretty sweet ring. Stealing a ring. Bink. Oh wow, an ethereal 5-socket Rune Master. 258% AD.
Boy, somebody's late to the party.
Hey, Ginger, going back on the boots, what boots would you gamble for? Like, what base?
You'd probably want low strength boots, so you wouldn't want something like too high, but you wouldn't want something so low that it would be
Waterwall base.
ridiculous. So probably like
Heavy
bone
boots?
weave or below, I think.
Bone weave or below, okay.
Because like bone weave is 118, which is still perfectly
Seriously,
doable
that
for most
base
characters.
is-
But if you're, I'm
You
trying
happen
to
to know what their normal version is? The pair that would show up in the
chain boots, but
chain boots.
chain boots is
Yeah.
bone weave. Bone weave is only 118 strength requirement, which isn't bad. But you could also do the heavy boots, which is what is that?
The war boots, right?
The elite version of those is scarab shell.
Okay.
Let's see. Let me look at the boots real quick, and I'll see if I can figure out like the best boots to gamble for. Because we want to look at the elite bases. Like that's what we're really looking at. Because if it does roll elite, you don't want it to be like so high strength requirement that nobody's gonna be able to use it. So the wormhide boots
Shadow
are
Dancers?
50 strength, and they do have anywhere between 54 to 62 defense. But you also have to think about the fact that if you don't roll the hell versions, if it rolls the nightmare versions, you're gonna have pretty crappy defense with the demon hide boots.
I mean, if they're rare, you can upgrade them though.
That's a good point. Okay, so in that case, the
But
worm
that
hides
would
wouldn't be.
cancel out my rolls, wouldn't it?
Mm-mm.
So the worm hides might be your best bet, just simply so you're getting the upgradability. They're really low strength requirement. They're only
base is just
50.
the boots, right?
Yeah, it's just plain. They look like some janks that like
Yep, little slippers.
the goblin would be wearing. Like the
And if
green.
you roll amazing stats on them, you can just upgrade them and not care.
I mean, you could also do scarab shells. They're only 91 minimum strength requirement, but I feel like the worm hides, if you upgraded something to worm hides with only 50 strength, especially if you got something that had like 20 strength on it, those could be pretty solid boots.
Yeah, I would say you want to stay below 95 because, like, Enigma's 95, right? So,
Yes.
yeah.
And then there's the other side of things though. So like if you did want to gamble like specifically for like an assassin, which we're probably not today, you'd probably want to do the Myrmidon Greaves just simply because of the high kick damage. Because kick damage could also be a consideration. But like all the elite boots have decent kick damage, but the Myrmidon's Greaves definitely have the best.
When you're talking, if you're talking 2.4, maybe when we do the martial arts stuff, but like if you're just talking a kicker, like the kick is just the way to deliver your crushing blow or your open wounds or your, you know.
I mean, yeah, but if you had a nice pair of boots with good kick damage, you certainly wouldn't turn down the extra DPS.
If it cost me too much strength, I would.
Well, that's the beauty of the two best choices, is they both have negative requirements on them.
But I mean, I'm pretty sure I always upgrade my Wargreaves to battle, or my, what are the ones called that, the Gore Riders? I always upgrade them to Myrmidon Greaves. So
Myrmidon.
Myrmidon. Myrmidon.
Myrmidon. Yeah.
So yeah, I guess I'd go for the ones that could be Myrmidon or the ones that could be boots. I'd go for the high end and the low end.
Okay, I get you.
And know exactly what you're looking for with each one.
Yep.
I don't know though, like Assassin, like your best choice is like Gore Riders with the Myrmidon or with the upgrade, right?
Shadow Dancers.
No.
It highly depends on what you're building. So like Gore
That's what I'm
Riders
saying, with that-
upgraded
with-
versus Shadow Dancers upgraded really comes into play like what you're trying to build.
I mean,
Shadow
if you're-
Dancers are
if you're
definitely
an
the more
Uber,
Shadow
you're an
Dancers are
Uber-
definitely the more defensive ones. Like they have plus Shadow Discipline skills. They've got some other nice effects on them that are very
boy.
defensive. Yeah, the FHR is definitely very nice. It's hard to beat a really nice FHR pair of boots when you're in the thick of it getting beat up all the dang time.
True.
I don't know.
But I mean, you could very
I
easily
like
have both
Gore
pair of
Riders.
boots sitting in your thing and just swap back and forth. I mean, who doesn't have an extra pair of kicks?
That's true.
I just
In the
I bet Deviant
stash.
Brute has like 10 or 12 pairs of kicks, like lined up
boots
on a
should
little
be
display.
like one by one. Honestly,
Jordans.
Actually, okay. So speaking of kicks, do you remember Rob Dyrdek?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantasy Factory?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Robin Big? Good times.
Yeah, I have every single pair of shoes that Rob Dyrdek did in collaboration with DC.
That's
Jesus.
crazy.
I thought they fixed FHR. I thought that for PvP.
Yeah.
Didn't they?
Does FHR even matter anymore? Or
it's gonna hit the cap, right? So like, if you're already at the cap, Shadow Dancers don't even matter.
no? But I'm saying like they fixed the hit recovery thing to where like you can't get stunned.
Well, you can't get stun locked. You still get stunned, and sometimes that initial stun is all that really matters anyway. Like a lot of people are like FHR doesn't matter, but then they're completely ignoring the fact that like if a smiter hits you and locks you down for like the first 2 seconds of the battle, like that's it, you're dead.
If a smiter hits me, I'm saving exiting.
Right. Like when I was up
Fix
against Spider
that
with my
skill.
fucking Uber kicks in, I was like, all right, well you win. Like we don't need to continue.
Well,
A smiter,
yeah, when
I don't even no.
like when Morbius was in there and I was on my my high damage spears on, like I could kill him in 1 to 2 hits every single time reliably, but if he stunned me before I hit him, it was like a victory to him every single
Yeah.
time.
I never could hit him. I just couldn't fucking hit him with 5 kicks a 5 kicks. No, 2.5 kicks a second. I just couldn't hit him. He just
The
blocked.
way
every
to
fucking-
beat a smiter is you gotta outrange him. Like
Yeah, and
so
I think
a
that's what was going
shapeshift
on.
druid,
Is because I had the big long spear, I was hitting him
Yeah.
from far away before he
you
had
just
a
keep
chance
hitting
to.
them and then you run away. Hit and then run. That's the only way to win.
Yeah, that's why I just let the the Holy Fire Source kill him, and then I killed the Holy Fire Source, and then I got a 2-for-1.
Now I could kill the Holy Fire Sorceress every single time with my Murder Paladin, but I couldn't.
Yeah, I just teleport.
But I
over
couldn't
and
kill him with
yeah.
my spears on. Like I couldn't get close enough.
Well, I had Dragonflight, so I could just teleport on top of her, Freezer or Chiller, and then.
Oh yeah,
kill her.
speaking of Dragonflight, how do you like that delay removal?
I mean,
I mean,
just
like
use
they
whoever
didn't they
else.
completely remove the delay off of it now?
Nah, I would still use the other kick over it, the one that's just Zeal in kick form. Like Dragonflight was literally just for movement.
Murder Paladin sounds so menacing. It is menacing. I mean, it's not supposed to be a kind, friendly, cuddly Barney the dinosaur.
This guy just came in and traded me 30 million gold, and then used his telekinesis to bring all the gold over to Geed for them. That was so nice.
That's a nice guy.
What a tremendous person.
5 out of 10.
Yeah, these temples are fun and all, but I swear the door's always booby trapped.
I wish they would fix the game lobby.
I need a key.
God, like
I wish they would too.
I am overburdened.
it's the same games.
Anybody need a white monarch?
Yeah, I wish you could hit refresh and actually get different games, but maybe that's just we don't have enough players.
Maybe there's not enough games. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I
Most
meant by
people
players.
play privates, and it's not because they're trying to play by themselves. It's just most people like to play privates. I don't like having a bunch of random people showing up in my game that I don't know who you are.
Show your privates.
Don't show your privates. That gets you banned.
Most people, yeah, most people even have that password or like what's oh boy that just my game is some weird string of numbers.
Oh god.
Because he always hits the play button.
Oh yeah, some people literally come into chat sometimes and they're like, "Why don't you just hit the play button? Why do you type in game names?" And I'm like, "Cause I want other people to actually join me."
Yes.
The Uber Diablo guy.
Could you imagine
"Join
if I just hit the play button every single time and somebody's in chat, it's like, "Can I come join you?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, sure. My game name is game128789974321115. Password is the same." And they're like, "What? Say that again?"
Yeah, I had like when somebody gives me one of those names, I'm like, all right, give me your BattleNet account and I'll friend you so I can quit joining.
Or like the guys that literally just smash their face into the keyboard when they make their games, and it's just like, it's like, okay,
PP poo poo 324.
PP poo poo. What? Dang. If you randomly type that with your face, I'm a little bit worried for you. I'm used to playing the melee characters. I'm in here with my necromancer just swinging. He's just in here swinging.
I think they kind of shortened the delay on Blade Fury too.
That's the same. They did mess with the wind up though. It no longer has the terrible wind up.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, it had this like really bad wind up when it got interrupted, and there was a lot of things that would interrupt it, which was terrible.
Like a feather.
If you run a pride merc.
And so now it no longer gets interrupted. Like especially like if you were to run something that has like chance to cast procs on it. That was a really big thing. People didn't want to run chance to cast with Blade Fury because they, like, if it procced like Frozen Orb or something like that, it would just completely stop your cast and you would have to rewind back up again. But now it doesn't anymore.
People didn't use Phoenix.
Blade now.
Dude, the spell weaving for sorceresses is going to be nuts.
If you're a fan of Naruto, how do you not have a Blade Fury assassin?
It's locked.
Because they weren't good until recently.
Do you hear like the Naruto music in your head every time you start shooting shurikens?
Absolutely.
So chat wasn't working before, and now it's just there's literally spam on my screen.
I saw they fixed something about chat. Mr. Llama had made a video.
I wish they had actually fixed it.
I was on my way home and I loaded up my YouTube and I'm like, wait, there's a freaking patch?
Yeah, the fine item, a couple micro patch thingies.
Yeah, so the only thing that interested me was find item. Like, holy fuck.
The one that interested me the most was the freaking like, oh, there's no exit to to underground passage. I'm like, what? There's no entrance to underground passage?
Yeah, I saw that little fucking bug where you could get an underground passage where it just didn't go on.
No, the Countess bug where she would like crash the game, like when you would go to the tower.
That should kill.
I only farmed her for T keys, and usually I just farm D keys and turn them into 3 key T keys because it's more efficient to farm trap for runes.
3 key tiki miki tiki torches.
Imagine trying to like run your.
No, I mean I was running her for like low runes when I was like trying to make a stealth and stuff, and I kept crashing.
That shit was unbearable. Sorry, that was unbearable.
Speaking of anime, I was watching. I was at a birthday party the other day, and like all the kids there had like My Hero Academia like T-shirts and phone cases and everything. Apparently My Hero Academia is like the new Dragon Ball Z Kid Jam. They're talking about which characters their favorite and which ones they hate, and like apparently what's the guy's name that has the freaking grenade, like he like sweats napalm or whatever, or sweats like nitroglycerin. Like apparently he's like the teen heartthrob. Apparently all the little teen girls are all into Mr. Incinerator. I felt his character to be a little
Oh, is he like the
Bakugo?
like
Is that his name?
the main villain to the main character?
Main rival, I think would be the
main
correct term.
rival.
Main rival.
Yeah.
He's the guy who actually has powers, who hates Deku because Deku doesn't have powers, and then Deku got powers, and then he still hated him even more, which didn't make any sense. It was like, even though you have powers now, I'm still stronger than you.
No,
He
I've
even
been
like
watching,
almost went to the dark side at one point.
I've been watching Demon Slayer. Pretty good. The art style is like super good.
Tell you, most days I don't really have time to actually watch anything, so I just do the old watch something that you've already seen, so you don't miss the parts of the show that you would get upset. Like, because you guys know what I'm talking about. You're watching a TV show and you get upset because you missed some part of it. You got to rewind it, and it just sucks. But if you've already seen the show, you see they're using your brain, can't miss anything because you already know what's been said, right? You already know. It's logic.
When I go to bed, I put it on and I make a note to remember what episode I started at.
Serial killer documentaries on Netflix?
Oh, I don't pay for that crap no more.
Hey, bro, they went up. Oh, they went up.
Netflix is dying so hard.
No, I think it's good shows. I think they're going the wrong way though, trying to force everybody to have like the same account or their own accounts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think
That's what I mean by
I don't think
dying,
that's
like,
going to go over
none
well.
of the other people are pushing that, and there's just so much competition now. They're like, they were the first to it, but you got to adapt. Their stock has dropped so much.
Oh, well, you know why they did well, right?
They were the first ones to this.
So here's
idea.
here's the skinny of why they actually did well to begin with. So in the beginning, when the streaming services were brand new to the internet, none of the companies thought that they were going to do very well. They thought that the companies were going to like fail pretty much instantaneously, and none of them like really went into detail on like the contracts. So when Netflix went to MGM or something like that, or whatever companies they went to, and said we want streaming rights for these particular videos and movies, MGM wasn't thinking in their head that Netflix was going to be a big like superpower in the industry, and they thought streaming was going to collapse into nothingness. So what happened was they offered these really lucrative contracts to Netflix because they didn't think Netflix was actually going to be popular. They thought they were just going to get their money. Netflix wasn't going to do very well, and the contract would eventually, end, and it would fall back to them, and they would be fine. But what happened was Netflix bought up all these lucrative contracts in the beginning, like just tons and tons of videos and movies that they probably never should have gotten their hands on early on for basically next to nothing. That they had a huge array of movies and TV shows that were licensed for sometimes up to like 5-10 years because the companies were stupid and didn't think ahead. And then after all those contracts started to lapse, that's when now Netflix is having troubles because they've got to renew the contracts for actual real value.
Most of them are running out now, and they're like screwed.
Stout small charm of inertia. One defense.
I don't know. This would.
What are we, 27 to did?
The stout charm of inertia.
Oh, it's only got one defense on it.
Yeah. And only 3 faster run block.
Ooh, vampire bone gloves and a skull cap.
Nice.
I'll check the skull claps. The skull clap.
I'll check the skull cat.
How viable is a summon druid for your first character as a ladder starter? Very viable. I mean, honestly, it's completely skill-based damage. Like, you can pretty much roll through normal difficulty with ease and roll through nightmare difficulty with ease. You're only really going to have issues when you get into hell difficulty, and by then, hopefully, you've accumulated enough equipment and gear that you can kind of, you know, make things work.
Speaking of which, I just got an Earthshaker. Talking about elemental skills.
The Earth Shifter?
Earthshaker.
Oh.
Ooh.
Baker?
Little 7 MF. Magic Find, 4 cold res. Are you making a pile?
A pile? No, not today. That was just because I was 0 MF and I was like messing around. I was just in awe of like how much crap I was finding on my 0 MF character.
You were finding more than I do on my 200 MF character.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's got to be something to do with the holy bolt spam. It's got to be. Maybe I should like grab some war travs, swap to like a gold wrap belt or something. Try and get him a couple items that could be magic find related. Let's do this as a test and let's see how it works out with him. I can borrow away some of this equipment that I.
What's the best thing you ever found?
I don't know. I found a perfect Mars like really early in Diablo 2 Resurrected.
Damn. I think Arachnids is like the best I ever.
I'm still using the perfect Mars, by the way. I literally just pass it between all my characters. Like here, now you have a perfect Mars. Here, now you have a perfect Mars.
What graphic is it though?
No, I don't know.
Because it matters.
It does not. Alright, he could probably get away with a Harlequin crest instead of his OP Andariel's Visage. He could probably get away with the gold wrap because it does have an increased attack speed. You know, he could actually probably get away with the frickin' Blade of Alibaba too, but I don't want to go that far. I have to see if I can find the war traps that are sitting on a mule. We'll just give him a little bit of magic find. It doesn't have to be a huge, giant amount. Just enough that we can like test out his holy bolt spam bullcrap with you know, a little bit of magic find to see if it really kind of makes a difference.
Not in town.
You found a 3 open socket F Tomb Reaver Ziggy? Nice.
Nice.
It's very nice.
It is an honor to serve you.
Mr. NiNi, I hear you squonking over there.
Who's looking for the spirit stuff? Yeah, the other day. The Romanian guy.
Morbius?
Morbius. I have some stuff for. He still is doing that.
Bro, I have the perfect Blade Fury Claw, but the ED rolled so low. Ugh.
Rip.
It's like the perfect stats, like everything else. And then the ED just like 90.
I can never see the frickin' like the Arachnid Smash in my inventory. Like, unless it's sitting like with runes, like and it really pops out because of the contrast between the runes and the Arachnid Smash. I can never frickin' see the dang thing.
Make it pink.
Make it pink, he says.
Did anybody else get nervous when like they were first announcing D2R, and like the guy was like they were like, "Is a Shaco green?" And he was like, "What do y'all think?" I'm like, "Is it?" Like he wouldn't answer the question. You remember that?
No, that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, he like trolled super hard. And I like it was green. I'm like, "Oh, thank God."
All right, boys, I'm off for the night. Talk to you later.
Have a good night.
Nice, sir.
Have
Nice
a
to meet you.
good night. Where's that
I think
ring?
any of my characters are actually using Shaco though.
The only reason I'm putting it on this character is for the magic find. I don't really want to use it. They're making me.
Use it.
Don't make me. God bless it. I don't have the strength to actually utilize the piece of equipment. I need to go find my.
I am overburdened. I am overburdened.
Pick up the item. I need to go find my war traps anyway. I want to pop them on here too. I'm gonna die so hard.
Die Hard 2.
Die Hard 7. I don't even know who my war traps are on. They're probably on my conviction paladin. Ow! Why you bite me? You're such a bully. Do you want another one of these little things? You didn't even want the first one I gave you.
A lie. One time, like I ID'd like a perfect Annihilus, and that was like the craziest. But it was an LOD, so wasn't that crazy.
I mean, I rolled a really nice grief on solo self-found pluggy, so doesn't matter for shit. But it was really nice, like 400 plus.
Here's my problem with solo selfbound. So, like, who's to say you didn't just hero edit stuff? You know, I feel like if hero editor wasn't a thing, I would definitely do solo selfbound.
It's the honor system, right?
It's just
Yeah.
honor. This
But it's
Yes,
just
the
like-
honor system.
That's why I came back for ladder. Because ladder's like a fresh start with people. And I'm not late to the party.
A passion rune word would be like dope. Or what's the Sin Claw one with lower res?
The fire one?
No, there's one that you could put in like claws with like lower res on it. That's like new.
Oh, yeah, you're talking about stuff.
Plague? Paladin? Plague?
Yeah, it might be plague.
Can you put plague in claws?
It's any melee weapon, I think.
Okay.
If it's not, it's pattern. No, it's plague and it only goes in swords.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's a sword one, which sucks.
No,
'cause
plague
it
got
would've been
changed.
sick.
No, plague you could put in claws.
They changed it to claws and daggers.
Oh, alright, that changed a lot, actually.
So it doesn't go in swords anymore?
Goes in swords too.
Swords and claws, right? And you get cleansing?
No
It's-
laws.
Impossible.
Alright, y'all. Good luck. I'm going to bed.
Night, Jack.
Later.
Hi, Jack.
Man, I'm really one strength off. What the frickin' hell? Just trying to put my shield on!
See, I can never tell if I want burst of speed or fade.
Not here.
Alright, so what did I end up with? Magic find of 138%. Okay, that's not terrible. That's alright. 138% magic find's decent.
Afternoon.
Just got a Hodo for 3 ist. Nice.
By the light, what is this place?
I mean, did I just get gypped?
For what? For what?
I got a Hodo for 3 ist.
Was it a good Hodo?
34.
Ugh.
You're better than my will spike. I just did.
Gotta roll the numbers at the casino.
Should have done it myself, right?
If you need a Hodo, you need a Hodo. Doesn't matter. Don't be mad about it.
I'm not mad. No. I took
You
the
mad, bro?
Hell no, I'm not. It's a fucking game. Excuse me. It's a game. Getting. Frustrated, sure. Mad, hell.
Wait, you weren't the guy who like just rolled a Hodo?
I did not.
Okay, that was another guy.
Wait, who's the guy doing Foden with P-cones?
Huh.
making paladins is against my religion.
Don't be jealous of my my holy bolt paladin.
I do like what they did to the holy bolt.
He was living in a trailer with his sister, if I recall correctly. That's
I just started a new job today. And like they were like, oh, new guy brings donuts. And I was like, oh man, I got a far drive in the morning. Like, don't worry, dude. Donuts across the street. And I'm like, damn it, bro.
Sounds like a good rule to me. New guy brings donuts. This holy bolt spam is so broken. I wasn't even using my aura because I was busy eating a candy bar. Sitting here, like, I'm like, these things are dying pretty fast, but they're not dying as fast as I'm used to.
Gameplay.
And I'm still killing them pretty fast, despite the fact that I'm not using my holy freeze aura, which is just stupid.
On the edge of your seat.
What's up, Indesign? I'm playing the Godzilla Holy Freeze Paladin. You have to say it like this. Oh no, there's a Godzilla! Your lips must continue moving after you say it for at least 3 seconds.
I think they added some like Godzilla mod to like Call of Duty or something. Thought that was crazy.
And if I come chill?
Yeah, I'm fine.
MF
3.
and chill.
I'm just magic finding.
Hell yeah.
Oh, a superior thresher. What's this? Don't tell me what's to do that you can't. Don't tell me you can't do something. 12% enhanced superior thresher. Anybody want to make a? Well, actually, that's what 5 sockets max. So it's an obedience.
Yeah, it's nice obedience.
No, if anybody wants an obedience base, more than welcome to it. I'll leave it on the ground there.
Oh.
Oh wow, superior Archon plane.
Nice.
When the survey says, I'm keeping you all in suspense. In suspense. So much suspense. Ooh, 4 socket, 8%, 567. It's not bad.
Socket phase plate? It's not ladder, actually. Whoa.
My resistances are negative, by the way.
GG.
There's a Hemosis Adamant. Magic find. Go put this this Archon plate in the stash. 4 socket, 8%. That's pretty good. I could very easily be a fortitude or some other fun thing.
What's your favorite base, Enigma?
See, I like fashion.
I like.
So you ask me that question, you're gonna get like a Hell Forge plate. Like that's your answer. There you go. 3-socket superior Hell Forge plate. Let's go. That's the coolest. That's the coolest one in my opinion. They look awesome. I don't know why Hell Forge plates always look so cool. Meanwhile, dude over there who's all about stats is running like the
Mage plate.
the Dusk Shroud.
I don't like the dust.
That looks like he's a hobo. Like he's just like the worst looking character that ever existed. He doesn't care though. His stats are great.
I don't mind the shroud look.
His stats are great. That's all that matters.
Druids have to wear dust shrouds.
Can Grimward charges spawn on jewelry? Yes, it can. But you're not going to get the synergy bonus from any character that's not a barbarian. So it doesn't really matter.
Assassins have to wear shadow plates for fashion.
There's one armor I put on the frickin' assassin that literally looked like she was wearing like a frickin' samurai armor that was like black and white, and it was so frickin' awesome that was like the only armor I ever wanted to wear on her. Like I can't explain it any other way other than it looked like it came out of that Tom Cruise movie where he was like the last samurai, but it was like lacquered black and lacquered white plate. It just looked so cool. Can't even remember which armor it was. I know I wore it for a really long time, though. Well, the other thing is the rune words. I mean, you've got these really powerful rune words. Shouldn't they have some, like, special graphics or something? Like, why are they just, like, the worst-looking garbage that ever existed? Like, here I have the armor of the gods. Watch as I summon forth the power. And he puts it on and it looks like somebody's dirty apron that they pulled out of the kitchen. But like, no, okay, look, I got the runes in this dirty apron, okay? The runes are in here. You see them right there? See the runes right there? But it still looks like a dirty apron, though, even after you put the runes of power in there. Like, could you imagine if, like, He-Man, like, did the whole thing, and he's like, I have the power. And, like, he got the power, but he just still looked exactly like himself. Like, there was no change whatsoever in his appearance. He just still looked exactly like, you know, Prince Adam. And you're like, are you going to, like, get, like, some muscles or something? And, and he's still powerful, don't get me wrong. He still has all the power of He-Man, but he's got, like, no appearance of strength. Like, he's just regular plain Adam.
Yeah, I like when you can, like, tell what items people have on.
I just tried to curse, like I was on my Necromancer. That was amazing. I was like, why am I casting Holy Shield? I'm trying to cast Amp Damage. I have the powers of Dewjank. Uh-oh, I'm gonna die. Oh, no, never mind. I have 55% lightning resistance. I thought I was at 0. I was pretty sure I was at negative earlier. Superior mesh armor. These guys are immune to my holy bolts.
I love magic.
These guys are also immune to my holy bolts, even though they're demons, which doesn't make any sense. The one demon class monster in the game that isn't classified as a demon. Like, when you look them up, it literally says, like, Hellspawn demons, but they don't count as demons. For reasons. Oh lord, there he is. Coordinated strikes. Small Jimmy. Is Holy Bolt cold damage? No. It's I have Holy Freeze. I'm a Holy Freeze paladin. I'm not a Holy Bolt paladin, I'm a Holy Freeze paladin.
Shadow Warrior or Shadow Master?
Depends on what you're using. Basically, think about it like this. The Shadow Warrior does what you do. She's a copycat. The Shadow Master does what she wants to do. So, if you want her to copy you, then have her copy you. If you don't want her to copy you, then don't have her copy you.
If I'm using a Blade Sin, I probably would.
I've actually tested it with a Blade Sin, and despite my best efforts, I could never get her to actually use any of the Blade skills. I don't know why. She doesn't use the Blade skills.
Did you ask her, please?
I did ask her, please, actually. It's a freaking double pack of Death Lords. Leave my Merc alone. God bless it. Like, what did she do to you guys? Freaking double Death Lord pack?
Double Death. That sounds like a death metal band.
You have a D3 player? Who's a D3 player? I played Diablo 3.
Gross.
Who hasn't played Diablo 3? If you were a Diablo 2 fan when Diablo 3 came out and you didn't at least give Diablo 3 a try, can you really call yourself a Diablo fan? Like, everybody was excited when Diablo 3 was coming out. We all were, you know, we got let down, but we were still excited.
I was a freshman in high school when they announced it, and then I was a senior when it came out. Just so disappointed. I do like the Witch Doctor. Pretty cool.
I just like vomiting on people. The Witch Doctor had that vomit skill. It was hilarious.
Well, I like the frickin' bear skill he has, where it's like the like the stampede or whatever.
You just went around vomiting on everyone. That's the whole point of playing the Witch Doctor. If you didn't vomit skull on everyone, were you really playing the Witch Doctor? I mean, come on.
We were all there for the auction house, right?
You guys would have hated me when I played the Witch Doctor, because literally all I did all day long was I just went bleh, 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 bleh.
Here's what they got right. The gameplay in D3 is fun. It's like super fun gameplay. But like the items were dookie.
I got bored. I started to get bored with Diablo 3. I started to like fall asleep while I was playing.
Yeah,
In the 20 years I've been playing Diablo 2, I've never fallen asleep while I've played Diablo 2. Literally Diablo 3, I'm over here just like. I actually did a Diablo 3 stream a while back. It was like leading up to Diablo 2. I did like a journey through Diablo 2's past or something like that, and you know I did like every game in the list all the way up to Diablo 3, and then of course Diablo 4 eventually, and then I was like, let me play some Diablo 3. I think I played for like 2 hours, and I was literally like falling asleep, like by the end of the stream, and I was like, hey guys, I'm falling asleep. I gotta go. Bye.
Damn.
I couldn't even make it that far into it, and I was playing my characters who were like Torment 15 capable, doing like greater rifts upwards. I found a freaking Minotaur. I don't even know what to do with this thing.
Am I still live here in Discord? I got 7 items to say this with. Out of that 30 million gold, I kept 7 items.
And you got 7 items? Here, let me take a look real
I
quick.
think this one's actually really decent for LLD.
You got a +1 Paladin, level 27, all resistances 12. Not bad. Damage reduced by 3 as well.
And poison length by 75.
Can help with them rabies druids.
Yes.
+2 war cries, level 30.
39% gold.
That's
Wasn't
like
sure if that would be worth it to any gold finders. That's, I've never built one. That's why I kept it.
It was 2 days.
Any gold find amulet with teleport charges.
just like massive amounts of resistances.
It's
It rolled all res 3, and then it rolled cold res, and then it rolled lightning res as well. It literally rolled like 3 different resistances on it.
Yeah.
Tri-res amulet.
It's not.
Level 13. That's a lot of resistances for
that's
level
a very
13.
yeah, I've kept this for LLD as well. The other thing that I think sucks on it is for LLD, you don't want the extra gold.
Yeah, it's a wasted. You got one.
It's just a wasted slot. And
Yeah.
One extra roll.
just a dual res belt with some strength and life. No, that's a lot of life on that. You could try and socket that, see if you could get max sockets.
Okay, and that is the recipe, not the Larsic, correct?
I can't remember.
And these boots.
Yeah. Yes, that's a recipe.
Oh, you got some tri-res with Magic Find. Those are actually not bad.
30% FR.
And they're level 30. Or 29.
And they're level, yeah, and they're level 29.
I can't carry anymore.
I feel like anything I roll that feels like it's anything decent for LLD rolls MF or Magic Find or MF or gold or something on it.
Well, it's because there's really not a lot of modifiers to pull from at really low levels, and so like it doesn't like there might not even be like a lot of other modifiers that could have rolled in that spot.
It's true. It's like that view in the background that I can barely hear. So it's the recipe.
Let me double check that.
Yeah, you got his mic low.
I'm sorry.
And I love the freaking holy bolts. All resistance is 19 with 30% faster run walk, 7 min, fire cold. That seems like something I'd put on like an Amazon.
Okay. Open chat. So
Ow. I'm trying to pay attention to 2 different screens at the same time.
Oh, you're good. I closed mine. I'm gonna hop off for the night. My wife's been home for about a half hour. I talked her into letting me spend the last 30 million gold I had.
Or you'll be buying yourself a doghouse.
Jeez. I'll catch you guys probably at ladder. I'm gonna take a day or 2 break.
You want to socket quest it, by the way.
Socket quest it. All right.
Yeah, it's
thank you, sir.
50-50, 1 or 2.
All right. I appreciate you.
Enjoy.
50-50. You want some more little seeds? God, you're such a loud little shit. Here, take some.
Give me seeds.
Take them. God. You want some more? They're good, ain't they? I told you they were good. You ain't listen to me.
If I could just get to level 25 before 10 o'clock. That'd be great.
The first ladder burr rune. How you gonna get the first ladder burr rune? That's the question.
Instant millionaire.
Fucking 1,500 on gold for the first ladder burr.
1,500. Try 20,000.
20k. Is that what it is?
I wouldn't be selling it for forum gold.
It's more than 1,500.
I have no idea, man. I'm solo self-found mostly.
Yeah. God.
I think most people are.
Probably like $100.
I think that's
Yeah,
the funny thing
probably.
is,
And like,
I believe that.
what, world's first Enigma? Meanwhile, I haven't even made an Enigma, and we're literally about to hit the first ladder. Well, I take that back. I made somebody's Enigma for them.
you should have made that other dude's Enigma where he put it in the magic plate.
That poor guy, man.
Oh.
Poor guy.
I mean, if you guys want me to make your Enigma for you, I'll make it on stream. Everybody can see your beautiful Enigma, and then I'll give it back to you, and yay. And then I can and if I make it wrong, you can blame me. Be like, it's Ja Ithber, not Ja Istber. Where did you even get an Ist rune? I didn't even give you one. I'm like, my bad, my bad.
My bad.
Sorry.
Sorry.
My apologies.
Listen, I am so sorry.
Just saves and exits.
I
Just,
have some good news and I
Nah.
have some bad news.
Just rage quit.
Good evening.
Back in the day, I used to do that all the time, though. I was a bone crafter, a level 115 bone crafter in Final Fantasy 11. And I used to literally just, like, people would come to me with, like, these crafting materials that were worth, like, so much money. And they're like, all right, try and make this item for me. And I'm like, all right, let's give it a try. And there was like always a chance that you could fail, however tiny it was. It was just like a complete failure chance. And it would just break. Like the crystal would shatter in your hands dramatically, and your character would just like sigh dejectedly, and it would say on the screen like what you lost, and it would just like have a list. It'd be like the crystal broke, or like you failed the recipe and you lost X item, X item, X item, X item. And I would literally just like burn like millions of gold of some guys, like just like that. And they'd be like, all right, sorry man, better luck next time. Anybody want a head striker for their frenzy barb? It's not ethereal, but
In the background, you hear somebody's monitor go through their bedroom window. I used to get into rage fits back when I ran a guild in EverQuest, and I'd be like, I can't tell you how many keyboards I used to spam. I would literally have like 5 cheap keyboards in boxes behind me from Amazon, because I just knew that somebody was going to do something stupid that wasted so many hours of game time, and I would just, without going on Discord or anything, I would just throw my little tantrum right here in the office. I've mellowed out since those days.
of course he demolished my freaking mercenary. I usually go rage out when something happens that I can't fix.
Afternoon.
I'm really big into computers, and I'll repair computers and stuff like that. And one of the interesting things is that like with computers, you can do everything correctly and things will still go wrong.
Absolutely.
Like due to some kind of incompatibility or maybe like a faulty part or something like that. And that's the kind of stuff that would make me rage. I'd like spend all this money on a computer, and I'd get it all put together, and it would like just blue screen and die all the time because like one of the chips was bad, or like the hard drive was a DOA that barely worked or something, and like you had to spend like hours trying to figure out what the hell was wrong with your computer, and you know, you never really knew exactly what was wrong with it. You just had to like troubleshoot and try and figure it out.
Daniel, you know what? It's funny you said that, because I used to do the same thing. My last 2 gaming machines I built. This one, I just, at my age, at 56 years old, I got to. Listen, when I was when Apple IIc first came out, that was my first computer that my parents bought me for Christmas. And you know what I did with that? I took it upstairs in my room, I set it up, I turned it on, I said, this is cool, I wonder how it works. And I disassembled the computer.
That's one way to make it stop working.
Oh man, my parents came into the room and my mom said if you ever want to eat again, you'll make sure that that's up and running by dinner time. And
Hey, oh.
That's all yours, Poppy.
Hey, oh. It's 2-socket. Boo. It's got to be 3-socket for it to be worth anything.
Anyway, this time around, I actually spent the money and I bought one. I don't have the patience to build them anymore.
Yeah, all of my buddies are like, dude, build one, build one. I'm like, nah.
What kind of animal is this, Josh? I don't know. It could be, I'm pretty sure it's a Pikachu, actually. Like, if you take a look at it, it has the tail, right? And it's got the little, got the strange little feet. I'm pretty sure it's a Pikachu. Like, I'm pretty sure. Especially when you watch it eat, like, say, like, it stands up on its hind legs, just like a Pikachu, and it chomps down. It's a Pikachu.
Go Pikachu!
Or perhaps a Pikachu is actually this animal. How about that? I'm like 99.999% sure that Pikachu was modeled after a chinchilla.
Well,
Come on out here and play, Mr. Council members. Sit down, Night Lord.
Evil Council.
Stop killing my merc. Quit it. Man, I'm getting a lot of spikes. Who you healing, Ishmael? Vile hand? Get your hand out of your butt some of these days.
Evil Council. So evil.
The council's having a conversation and they're all talking about their powers, you know. Like, you got Torque Ice Fist, and he's like, I summon forth the icy torrent of Shiva herself and put it into my hand, and they, you know, like, freaking got like the fire guy. He's like, and I summon forth Ifrit's soul to give me fire, and Ishmael Vile's hand, like he's like, and I stick my hand up my butt and wiggle it around, and then I have the vilest of hands. I leave it like that for a long time too, so it really sinks in. Like it's a process. You guys don't want to know how I sleep.
I'm pouring a drink. Don't wait for me.
It's not comfortable. Need an orthopedic pillow.
I am overburdened.
Pee pee poo poo hand.
Beep beep boop boop caca hand. Now Ishmael Valhand is just that guy who like finally got to shake hands with the woman of his dreams, and he was like, I'm never gonna wash this hand again ever. And he never did.
I think of that SpongeBob
He never
episode.
washed his
Did you see
hand.
that?
Not that they had soap or anything, but I always think about that. Like, you know, there was a point at which soap was invented, and that was like the dawning of a new age. I remember reading some statistics one time. It was about like women who died in childbirth, and it was like women who died in childbirth, like before the invention of soap, like it was like 70% or some crazy amount, and then like after the invention of soap,
paralyzed.
it was like went down to like 20%. They were basically all just dying from infection. What is
Yeah,
his
he's
name?
like,
His name is Mr. Nimoy. That's his name. Also call him Mr. NiNi. That works too. Apparently he really likes
Nimoy,
pumpkin
Nimoy.
seeds.
I am over.
He lives in my shirt, okay? See? I'm going there. Go in your little house. Show everybody you live in there. There you go. That's his house. He lives there. Until he starts biting something he's not supposed to, then he gets evicted. Charge him property damage. $16 mana Serpent Small Charm with no other effects. Maybe I should hold on to that for my my energy shield sorceress. I think 17 is capped.
It's locked.
Mr. NiNi. It's N-I-N-I, Brotherhood, not N-E-N-E. Wouldn't N-E-N-E be Mr. Nene?
Now watch me whip.
Hit the nay.
What's up, Maurice? Just having some fun playing around with some ideas. What's up, Dark Elder? I heard you like mudkips. Mr. Neat, if you want to come out, you can come out. You don't gotta bite things. Don't get a chinchilla if you don't want your stuff chewed up, because they like chewing up things. I still remember back when I was younger. One of my other chinchillas was just running and playing. Frolicking, even, would be the word. He's just frolicking around, and he jumps over top of a table. And on the table is like the phone, like, you know, like back in the day you had like the phones, the cordless phones with like the, you know, the power cable goes to the wall and whatnot. He literally leaps over the phone, grabs the wire mid-air, chomps it in half, and keeps on going as if nothing ever happened. And I'm like, you son of a whore.
I am overburdened.
Got him.
Like, he literally in mid-air just, like, chomped a wire in half that he wasn't even supposed to touch. Like, just without even breaking stride.
That awkward moment in a tomb run when you find Duriel's tomb, and then, like, some people go in, and then some people just walk away.
Well, the funny thing is when that one guy goes in who obviously can't tank Duriel by himself. And he just gets, like, demolished. And he's like, where were you guys? And you're like,
And he says, TP.
Am I going to stream nonstop until ladder start? Yeah, pretty much. I mean, every day until ladder, and then also every day on ladder, and probably for the whole, like, next 2 weeks once ladder launches. Like, I'll be online every day. Coordinating efforts, trying to get our groups together, trying to make sure we've got a good chance at actually, you know, hitting them number high spots.
Number one.
I'm also contemplating whether I want to no life get number one slot. Like, it's going to be a difficult thing. Let me no life this game today. Just see me up here with like a full beard, like gray hair.
My character is finally complete.
But I hit level 99, boys.
I would love to get a Bows on going this ladder.
I think the Spears on is like one of the most broken characters so far. Like just in general. Like I've got a feeling that like if you built a proper Spears on, and I've got a couple build ideas, especially like combining the lightning and the melee trees together. Like I feel like you could literally make a Zon that could just roll through 90% of the content in the game. I mean, she handles Uber Diablo like Uber Diablo is like a toy.
Call her Pokey Poke.
I was running around in PvP and I would just hit somebody and they would just instantly die. And there was like nothing they could do about it. Like most people I came across, they did so much damage, and she wasn't even spec'd for damage. That was the thing. Like if I had like respec'd her specifically for damage, she'd probably hit like a Mack truck. She was just spec'd for just playing the game.
I want a Fizz on. That's my goal for this ladder. Would be nice.
But the beauty of building the physicals on is that, you know, you can put so many points into the passive and magic tree. Really buffer up crit strike max, penetrate max. You can put like tons and tons of points in all these skills.
Oh, the
Get your
charms
Valkyrie all
bigger.
beefed out. Like I feel like a maxed out Valkyrie along with a maxed out like Impale or Fenzon could be really freaking awesome. What? TPC can come steal my stuff?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
All you do is sit in my house and eat my steaks. God.
No, Fizzon seems so strong with the change. Just expensive, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, obedience is now maybe makeable in spears, so you could
Also make
totally
an
you could
insight,
totally
though.
run obedience.
That's what Emilio's running in obedience right now. My Emilio.
I feel like that would be something that would be really fun to test, like how
In a
far you can
Thresher.
get with obedience. I wouldn't put it in a thresher, like on
in a-
a melee's on. So
Yeah, energy. Yeah, sorry.
So threshers have the lowest range out of all the pole arms or the spears, and there's definitely some really poor choices as far as like spear choices. You want something that's got high range. Like if you're gonna go with that two-handed, you want the max range.
Oh, these guys are immune to magic. I can't do anything. Enjoy my cleansing aura.
They may be immune to magic, but they're not immune to holy balls.
Do I even?
They're not immune to
heal you.
holy balls. I got holy balls.
There we go, Bobby.
My holy bolts do 2k damage a holy bolt, and I don't even have any points in it. Check it out.
Jeez.
Yeah. Ooh, battle gauntlets and war gauntlets. I'll check both of these. Garbage. Ethereal.
Were you saying that Blade
Garbage.
Sentinel takes durability off?
Blade Sentinel and Blade Shield both take durability off, but Blade Fury does not. So, like, if you found like a Flesh Ripper, like an Ethereal Flesh Ripper, obviously you don't have a Zod rune laying around. You could theoretically get away with using an Ethereal Flesh Ripper with a Blade Fury Send, but not with Blade Shield and all the other effects.
Yeah, I didn't know Sentinel. Sentinel?
Well, everything, all those skills use weapon damage, so... What do you want, Mr. Knees?
Except Fury.
Fury uses weapon damage as well.
But it doesn't take durability.
No, it doesn't. And I think it's because it's a ranged attack. I think it has something to do with it because it technically counts as ranged. Whereas Blade Shield counts as melee. I don't know why it would matter, but I think Blade Fury is technically counted as a spell, despite the fact that it's not really a spell. Like it kind of falls in the same line, and don't
It's
gag in
not a
your
spell.
don't
It's
gag in
a
your
light
mouth a little
spell.
bit here, but I think it falls in the same exact vein as Inferno.
Oh, you about to trigger me.
I'm pretty sure it functions exactly the same as Inferno.
How you gonna compare Fury to Inferno?
They're believe it or not, I think they're actually the same exact like function. The difference is that Blade Fury actually has damage and applies other effects besides just fire, whereas Inferno only applies fire.
I'm pretty sure there's just spells or melee attacks in this game.
I mean, it doesn't really quite work that way, actually.
I guess bows.
So, like, a lot of things are classified as missile attacks.
Yeah,
Whether they're a spell or a melee, it doesn't really matter. Like, it could be tons of different things. Like, lightning is technically counted as a missile attack. So, like, when you're running along on your Amazon with her missile dodge, she's over there dodging lightning bolts, which makes no sense whatsoever, but...
Lightning bolt.
She's like...
Lightning bolt. Fireball. Fireball.
She dodges whole meteors. I mean, what are we talking about? She's literally dodging meteors.
Yeah, you got what, like AoE, basically on the ground attacks. You got missile attacks, and you got melee attacks. That's what you got, right?
Does anybody want to do my ancients?
Yeah, I'll come to your ancients.
Do your ancients. Your doggo is not ready, Shadow? Oh no. Wait till you see tomorrow's title. It's gonna be one day left of ladder. Is your girlfriend ready?
Ooh. ACS 23 is the title.
I can hammer them, or do I pull out my smite stuff? Probably hammer them.
What are we hammering?
Ancients. Are you at the door? No. Alright.
So many burbs. So many burbs. Come and knock on my burb.
I have PTSD about birds from Elden Ring.
I'll be bourbon for you. Yeah, I can't stand the birds. The birds in Elden Ring are stupid. It's like I can't aim upward. I can't attack upward. And here's this thing that's above me, so I guess I'll just die.
I started keeping a bow around literally just for the fucking birds, man. I have a lot of hours in Elden Ring too, so.
Oh yeah, me too. I had a lot of fun with that game. I think every single boss I came across was a blast for the most part. Like the only boss I absolutely hated, that like not because I couldn't beat him. I beat him. Like I got a video up of beating him and everything, and it wasn't even that difficult. But I just thought he was the worst boss ever, which was Dragon Lord Placidusax. I think he was the most boring fight that I'd ever played.
Didn't like I preferred him to the open world dragons personally, but
the open world dragons were fun. They were like engaging. You had to ride your horse around, and you had to dodge fireballs, and there was this like fun aspect to them. Placidusax, it was like most of the time you were just standing there watching him do like stuff.
Just
like
be an epic dragon lord.
It was like look, he's doing a cool thing that I definitely shouldn't stand near. Oh look, he's breathing fire, and I definitely shouldn't stand over there. Oh look, he's shooting lightning bolts down from the sky, and I definitely shouldn't stand still, and I probably can't even be near him because these lightning bolts hurt a lot. But I guess I'll just watch from afar. And then like he'd have like these little like tiny like 15-second openings, and then he'd go fly away, and you would just watch him fly around. And I felt like that entire battle was just literally like somebody made like a quick time event and just like put in a couple spots where you could like press button inputs. I mean, it would have been nice as like a movie or something. Like I would have thought it would have been a really cool movie. But like as a fight, there was not a lot of engagement going on. It was Most of it was literally just you fighting with your own sense of impatience.
Got the
Like,
waypoint up.
like I shouldn't wait. Hold on. Let me run in there. Wait, no, he's gonna breathe fire. Okay, hold on. Okay, let me run in there. Okay, no, he's doing the explodey thing. All right, hold on. Okay. All right. No, wait, let me run. All right, keep moving.
You gotta watch his lightning bolts.
They didn't want you to stand still in that fight. I'm gonna tell you what. Like that was like the whole thing. They were like, what do we not want the person to do? Well, we don't want him to be able to stand still ever. All right. So we want him to just like feel like he has fire ants in his pants, and also that there is probably a snake literally biting his goiter. And also at the same time that if he stops moving for any reason, a giant piano will fall from him Acme style from the sky. And a little flag will pop out that says, ouch.
I think my favorite boss was, alright, summit's up. I need some mana pots.
I really like Millennia. I thought she was a very engaging fight. I felt like there was a real, like, engagement there where you had to figure out what the hell you were doing. Like, you needed to learn the abilities, like, all this stuff. And like, eventually when you understood how her mechanics work, like, fighting her was actually pretty easy. It took you a while to figure it out, but... you know, eventually you got the mechanics down and you could beat her. Like there was engagement there. Like you understood what was going on. She might have murdered you 1,000 times and sliced your head open, you know, and ate your brains like a melon. But eventually you figured it out. I swear, if I had known Placidusax's fight like before I went in there, I would have just like got a book to read. Like, and just been like reading the book and playing with one hand, because that's like that probably would have allowed me to beat it.
In a book.
Oh, may I do bail?
Placidusax.
No, because then I'm gonna be a nightmare.
I'll find the throne for you. Oh, okay. You're gonna level up first.
Yeah.
No worries.
How is the chinchilla and the cat? The cat is fine. The cat likes ice cubes. There you go.
Did you know Squidward's actually an octopus?
Is
I
he?
do have
How do you
many
know?
limbs that all need exercise.
Checking out these 85 zones. So trick question. What level are the pots in the 85 zones?
Is that a pot?
Gotta click on all these urns. Urns and pots and baskets and rocks. And rock piles. Dead bodies. Dead rogues.
You see, they say in Zelda you break a lot of pots, but I find in this game you break more.
Dude, I take affront to the jokes where they're like, they have like this joke picture of Sanctuary of Vengeance. They have this joke picture of Zelda where she's like reaching her hand into the pot to pull out the coin, and then like dramatically shows it to Link, and it's like you don't have to break the pots to get the coins, you could just reach your hand in. Because I played a lot of the Zelda games, and I distinctly remember that half the time when you break the pot, snakes would come out. Nobody's sticking their hands in the pot if there's going to be snakes in there, okay? Nobody. No, you don't do that. You break the pot. If the snake pops out, you know, you laugh and you go, okay, I would have died. I would have died. Somebody needs to redo that picture, and then instead of Zelda pulling out a coin, she needs to pull out a snake, and it's like a cobra, and then she just like dies right there in the spot. And then Link goes, see, that's why I smashed the pots. This is why you kick them, you don't reach your hand in. Will Mr. Llama beat my team? Mr. Llama's not even going to be in the ladder, is he? According to the event, they're doing some sort of special event specifically for their launch day thing.
I thought he was like racing against like some other dudes.
Yeah, they're gonna have like an actual like race, like it's governed between like a bunch of people, and they're gonna have judges and stuff or something. I don't know, like some commentators. They're treating it like some sort of sports thing where, you know, you got like Madden in the background and Madden's like, and he's going through the 50, the 60, and that's a bad play there, Jeff. He
Well,
shouldn't have.
Tom, that was a.
It's not a fair comparison, man. In the slightest.
It's totally fair. It's
What?
totally
The
fair.
commentary from Dodgeball. Have you ever seen him? Ooh.
Yeah, they changed the find open. Well, I mean, they didn't change it. Let's back dial there. Where they didn't change it. Apparently, it was there and it was hidden. People were talking about it being hidden, and apparently, it was. Some people had known about it, but they were testing it or something, and they weren't 100% sure. But they were pretty sure, like probably 80% sure. I kept getting comments on like my videos for item find and item potion that it had the hidden synergy. And now that we've got confirmation that it did in fact have a hidden synergy, so now we know. So it was there the entire time. They just never showed us, apparently.
Does anybody else get like the shaky screen in the background of like the character select?
I mean, I turn off camera shake because, you know, for that exact reason, I don't like having like random character shakes all the time.
Where is that in the
It's in the gameplay, I think, or something like that. Or maybe it's in the graphics. I'll be right back. Dang. Mr. NiNi jumped off. I gotta go chase him down. Alright, I'll be right back.
It's in the accessibility under gameplay for camera shake.
Ah.
Yeah, turn that shit off immediately. Turn it off immediately. Excuse me. Pardon my French.
Does that affect like Duriel as well, like the bosses?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh.
Yes. Finally, right? Finally.
Oh my! I didn't even know.
No, I just got D2R like 2 days ago with the patch. Again, I'm repeating myself, but yeah, the first thing I did was go through all the options. Lots of quality of life.
Wait, you just got the game 2 days ago?
Yeah, I just got the game 2 days ago.
What were you playing? Did you play it before, like LOD?
Yeah, I played Pluggy's solo self-found with multi-res, and I didn't really. It's $40. It's not a lot of money, but I was like, you know what, I was fine. But with ladder and 2.4 and new content, I was like, I gotta get it.
Yeah, they did the mods bad in this game.
I didn't play a lot of like Path of Diablo or things like that.
You see, a lot of people played those mods, and then they got spoiled to them, to where like they can never go back to just vanilla.
That's fair. That's absolutely fair. And those guys cared. I mean, the modders really cared, and they put a lot of fucking effort into that shit. You know, they made the Path of Diablo and all that are high quality games.
Oh yeah, for sure.
No, who was playing the Foden earlier that didn't have combat GCs?
Oh.
I think he left. But yeah, no, I just started, so I don't have a lot of wealth to work with.
Well, I mean, everybody's gonna be broke for ladder, so
That's why I'm so excited.
$500 for a burr.
Man, the subreddit is so toxic. I can't believe it.
Oh, you should see the Blizzard forums. I don't even, bruh, it's bad. I don't even. What? What other quest did I not do? Shank? Did you have Frigid? I probably could just run it.
Yeah, I got frigid if you did.
Yeah, I'm still in that same game.
ASC.
ACS 2323.
ACS 23.
ACS 2323.
Not getting it.
Oh, wait, no, I left the game. Never mind. I'll just run it.
No worries.
Appreciate it though. Yeah, so like they killed my Fireclaw druid. Like he's useless now. But like they improved Bladesin, so like I guess I'm okay with that.
I have a martial arts lifer.
I think she benefits from traps.
And probably, yeah. I'm hanging on to this thing for dear life, as if it's gonna be worth something.
I mean, I know they improved Kicksin, so yeah. They had one guy who I think he left, but he's always talking about Kicksins. Probably sell it to him.
Yeah. One martial skills, 39 to life. I mean, it's not perfect.
Yeah, but that's pretty high.
But it's nice, yeah. Definitely nice to have. I mean, I had a summon druid with, again, like 30 something to life. But it went for an and I was not happy. But I mean, summon druids aren't popular. So I get it.
Now they are.
Yeah. I got a little gypped.
I like back in the day when I used to trade for like everything in game. Dude, I used to get ripped off so bad.
It's just a game, you know?
Yeah.
People are greedy.
But like I remember like I was probably like 12 and I was trying to get Alder set so bad. And
Oh
like
my god.
dude, people would not give up the armor. I'm like, for real? And like now that I think about it, I'm like, dude, people just throw that on the ground. But dude, back in the day,
No one had the armor.
I could not get that armor to save my life.
I'm pouring a drink. I'll be right back.
Whew. Mr. NiNi's in my shirt.
You came back and then the other guy left.
Dang.
He said, "Oh, he's back. I'm gone."
See you later, boys.
No, I think he just made a went go pour a drink or something.
Let's go take a look at this this find item. Jank. Let's go to an offline character real quick so we can play with it.
Yeah, so Mr. Llama didn't explain that well. Like, what does it do now?
Just 1% extra per level.
1% extra per level. But like, what does it add?
Just 1% extra per level.
Like 1% better chance to find items?
No, find item doesn't work that way. Find item is percent chance to get an item.
Yeah, so you have basically now you can get a max with very primitive gear of you have a 3/4 chance of as if you kill the enemy again.
Boots and a belt and I don't even care. Just put some gear on there. Wear it. Go murderize some things. Oh, that's right. I got stupid IK ball. It freezes target. Oh wait, no, wait. Oh, that's right. I don't have any. I don't have the set on. So good.
Alcar, you're not done making the potion when I immediately return to you?
A better skill than bunny rabbit attack.
I just want to use my claw.
I just want to be a bunny rabbit, jumping everywhere you see. Alright, so find item. Here. I mean, yeah, it's 74%. It's like pretty much every single freaking monster drops something. Not always something good. I mean, sometimes it's like... Sometimes it's just a pile of gold or something.
I just want the gold.
I'm just a little bunny rabbit, just bouncing all around.
I should probably hit the sack.
They're hitting the sack, boys. Don't let them hit it.
Later, y'all.
Kyle, I already got like 30 people on the list. You gotta get in line at this point. I mean, yeah. I mean, the extra percentage is nice, and I guess it kind of makes sense because, you know, if you're going to build find item, you could also build find potion, and if you build find potion, you could also potentially build, obviously, Grimward. So it all kind of synergizes together now, which makes sense. I mean, then you get, like, the maximum Grimward and the maximum find item together, and you don't even really need to put a bunch of points into find item. You can just kind of leave that as it is and just let the percentages roll out. Should work out pretty well. What's finally here? The Easter Bunny? What's up, Bishy Boosh? What's up, Bishy Boosh? Oh, I failed on Bishy Bosh. Wow. You never re-roll a GC? I mean, the beauty of the high percentage here is that most of the time, if not like pretty much all the time, I'm getting good amounts. But it does seem like you still end up with like out of favor with the RNG gods, and eventually they do roll like poorly. For the most part, it does seem like every single thing just about is dropping something, even if it's a freaking scroll of town portal or a pile of gold. But like, it doesn't always end up being something. I mean, basically how you can look at it is that this is a way to bypass Player's 8. So Player's 8 doesn't actually add any extra magic find. That's the thing a lot of people don't understand, is that you don't get extra magic find for being a Player's 8. You just have more chances for items to drop. That's really all there is to it. And so in a situation like this, where you can literally force items to fall out of monsters, you're essentially bypassing the Player's 8 mechanic. Because you're getting basically, what, a 25% no drop? Yeah, 25% no drop roll basically is what you've got, which is probably lower than Player's 8.
I can't.
The other thing I don't think a lot of people realize is that when you kill a super uniques actually have special drops for find item. So, like, for instance, where's a super unique I could go check real quick? We'll do Bone Ash. So, when you kill a super uniques always drop 2 items. That's their shtick, right? Well, when you find item a super unique, the super unique has a chance to drop another 2 items. Oh, he had. Oh no, so he dropped a matriarchal bow. That's interesting. He literally already dropped a matriarchal bow, and then dropped another one after I killed him, or after I used the find item on him. It's funny. Got a rare circlet just sitting in my inventory. Wow, that's actually pretty sweet. +1 druid, 20% faster cast with 23 strength and 33 fire res. It's too bad this is offline, where it doesn't matter. Where are you, Rock Pishu? Your face is a D-shoe. You've got lots of lightning coming out your arse. Think your name might be William Wallace, but that's okay, because we don't care about your lightning bolts coming out your arse. Can't play the Easter Bunny without jumping around and killing stuff. Alright, so let's see if I can get this to work here real quick so I can show you guys this. Alright, so right now on the ground we've got what? A demon head, a great pylum. Let me pick up a bunch of this crap. +3 salvation. The hell? Alright, so when you use find item on a normal monster, you get 1 item. See, one item. 1 item, 1 item, 1 item. However, when you use find item on the corpse of a super unique, there's Rocket Issue's corpse right there. And I got nothing. So there's still a % chance I'm gonna get nothing. Let's try Griswold. Just want to show you guys something, but the game won't behave. Griswold is also super unique. Ow. Ow, Griswold's got holy shock. Ow. I don't have any resistances. Go away, Griswold. I'm just a bunny rabbit. I'm just a bunny rabbit. Please leave me alone. I'm just a bunny rabbit. Please leave me alone. Alright, so let's pick up all these items off the ground real quick, just so I can be dramatic about this. So, where's Griswold's corpse? There's a carver. What? I can't do Griswold's corpse? What? Are you kidding me? Man, this game does not want to behave with me today. It's like, we're not gonna let you show anything you want to show, so you might as well just give up and go home. And your mom's a hoe. I got one more option, perhaps, maybe. Let's go find the Dark Elder. He's a super unique. What's up, Dark Elder? He got some stuff for me. What's up, Dark Elder? I've amplified damage on me. Oh, Dark Elder.
I can't.
Dying. What's the matter, Mr. Knees?
Impossible.
Oh, Dark Elder. Dark Elder. You guys are not the Dark Elder, okay? If you're not the Dark Elder, please leave the building. We are not interested. The bunny rabbit is not interested in what you are selling. He does not care, okay? The bunny rabbit does not care what you've got to sell or who you're selling it to. The bunny rabbit is not buying any of your cheap knockoff merchandise. I want the Dark Elder, not the Dark Elder TM made in China, okay?
Impossible.
You know, Dark Elder's usually not this hard to find. He usually is not. I feel like he's shy today. He's just a very shy fellow. I don't know why exactly, though. Watch me leap through the stars. There he is. What's up, Dark Elder? What's up, Dark Elder? Do you want to die? What's up, Dark Elder? Hit you in the eye. A lot of bodies. This is gonna be fun.
I am overburdened. I am overburdened. I can't carry anymore.
Ain't got time for none of y'all shenanigans. You can back right on off. I got you. Oh yes. Right, peck, 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 peck. I want to test something out real quick. I want to test something out, something silly as I do. I want to test something out, beep beep boop doo doo. Why do those rodents roll around the sand? Their fur is like extremely thick, Kyle, and they can't really take like baths because their fur doesn't dry out. So instead of taking baths, they take sand baths instead, and it like pulls the oils out of their fur. You want one or no? Do you pick one up and then drop it? You're so rude. You're so rude. Do you want it or no? And then you just gonna drop it. Don't tell me I know, you little dropper of things. Alright, I want to test something out real quick. I need to like strip this guy of equipment. I want to test out like what is the max level I can, like, area I can just, like, demolish with my, Holy Fire aura without actually wanting to do anything. I kind of want to do Holy Shock, but I'm also kind of leaning toward Holy Fire as well. I don't know. It's going to be one or the other. But basically what I want to do is I want to test out... I need to restart the client. I want to test out, like, what is the maximum level that I can just kind of, like, walk around and murder everything without having to to really even care about what's going on. It's not a rat, Limpy. It's a chinchilla, okay? And they're very cute, and they're very soft, and they're very fluffy. They're very fluffy, and they're very cute. There's a good boy. Mr. NiNi said I'm not a rat. Tell him. Be mad at him. Come on, here. Tell him. He's a chinchilla. Oops, that was not right. Does Blade Fury get offhand abilities like Chaos, Rune Word on Shadow Killer? I'm not 100% sure on that. I think it only uses the main hand. You can easily test that out, though. Stop trying to go in my armpit. Old Chinchilla just running around doing whatever he wants to do. Alright, so. Get out of the armpit. Don't yank on my chain. You can come right out of there, sir, if you're going to misbehave. Misbehaving misbehavior. Alright, so the general idea is I just want to find out, like, if I was a complete, peasant knight who didn't have any ability to, plus the skills, no good equipment whatsoever, like, basically, what is the highest level zone I could just kind of, like, walk around and murder everything? Like, that's my question. So, we're going to build up the synergies. So it's only 20 points, and then it's 20 points, so level 40. At level 40, I could have maximum resist fire synergy. And then 50, 60. So at level 60, I could have maximum holy fire. Basically is what I'm looking at here. So no plus to skills or anything, just maximum holy fire at level 60. What is the, like, capability of that as far as just kind of like running around letting it murder things? So I'm going to assume already, right off top bat, it's not going to work in hell difficulty, not without any plus to skills. So we're going to take him into Nightmare, and we're going to work our way backwards. We're going to see how well this translates out. Alright, so first off, we can pretty much assume that Act River of Flame is probably not going to be a good spot, because there's tons of fire immunes there. So let's start out with, like, Upper Kurost. I don't know. Something stupid like that. Let's see how the Holy Fire Aura does in Nightmare Upper Kurost. I mean, these are champions, and they're running away from me because they're little pansies. Get back here. Quit running away. Now, let's find some monsters that don't run away. Punch you guys. Okay, so let's try a little bit further back. Let's go to Canyon of the Magi. Let's see how it does in Canyon of the Magi. I mean, not bad at all. Certainly not one-shot kills or anything, but certainly not terrible either. And of course, this is, no equipment, no plus to skills at all. Nothing of value to increase this damage, just skill points. What is my player count set to also? Let's check that. Players 1. Okay, so this is players 1. I mean, quite honestly, I'm not really too impressed with the amount of damage that's being output here. Let's change over to Holy Shock. Let's see how Holy Shock would do in this same scenario. So same points, resist lightning, salvation, max holy shock, swap over to holy shock aura. I mean, the shock so definitely seems to be doing a little bit better than the fire. But about the same. I have a hat, guys. I have a Chinchilla hat. I hope you guys are happy. Don't be jealous of my Chinchilla hat, for you too can have a Chinchilla hat for the price of $3.99. $3.99. And you thought Daniel Boone's coonskin cap was cool. This is even cooler. It's a live hat. Honestly, the Act 3 Merc is doing more damage than I am. Just as an quick, I mean, level 60 is a little high for basically what I would consider way too many skill points for normal difficulty, but I bet you at normal difficulty I could probably run around and just murder everything. I know what you're trying to do, Mr. Knee. You're not jumping on top of that. So normal difficulty could pretty much run around and do just about anything they want to do. And you might be asking me, why am I checking this? Why am I checking this at all? Well, the answer is because I need a magic find. And magic find equipment generally doesn't have any way of buffing up your character, like in general. And so for the most part, if you're a magic find character, you're usually like sacrificing your plus to skills, you're sacrificing everything on the altar of the magic find gods. And so trying to figure out where it is, what the highest area is that I can basically just walk around and just kind of like murder things would come in handy for when I'm magic finding, so I could try and magic find some better pieces of equipment for myself. I mean, it definitely looks like normal difficulty is an easy cakewalk, so I could just stack magic find equipment and I could just run around normal difficulty and murder things. I mean, but that's true of pretty much anything. Like, I feel like I could probably do that with just like level 20 Holy Fire with no synergies. Like if I reset this and I just did level 20 Holy Fire, so like at level 20 I've got level 20 Holy Fire. I bet you in normal difficulty for the most part you could just run around and you could just murder just about everything in normal difficulty. Like it's not even gonna matter. Frozen Orb Sorceress, yeah, it can do good with magic finding. What? Oh, I'm in hell difficulty. Well, that would explain it. I was all prepared and ready to go, and he just walked up and he said, bye. He said, what you doing naked over here? He said, bye.
I am overburdened. I can't carry anymore. I can't carry anymore.
Alright, let's try that one more time with gusto. So at level 20, my magic finding capability with Holy Fire would be what? Let's find out. So let's start off with Canyon of the Magi. I feel like that's a good spot for normal difficulty. Let's just pretend I'm a level 20 character. I've got maximum Holy Fire. Maybe I'm building like a couple points into the synergies. So yeah, could easily magic find Canyon of the Magi. Looks like most of the stuff here dies fairly easily with Holy Fire, so you could just kind of walk around and you could just do your thing. I mean, you're talking about a level 21 Paladin, basically. At level 21, you would have level 20 Holy Fire, and you could start working into the synergies. So you could very easily just walk around and just murder things with maximum magic find equipment. And I could see doing this for like some early level starter gear. Let's actually, you know what? Let's try Act 4. Let's try Act 4. Let's see how Act 4 does. What's Mr. NiNi's favorite stack? Chinchilla's actually really like, and when I mean really, I mean like a crack cocaine addict. Raisins. They absolutely love raisins. Raisins, raisins, raisins. So level 20 Holy Fire is a little bit too low for Act 4 normal. I mean, it's not terrible. I won't say that it's like bad, but like with a couple points in the synergies. So let's assume like level 25. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points in the synergy. Let's see how it runs with 5 points in the synergy. So yeah, about level 25, I could very easily walk around Hell difficulty, players 1, and just kind of magic find. Doesn't, not really too much of an issue there. Let's pretend I'm level 30, so 5 more points into the synergies. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So at level 30, I could have 10 points in resist fire. By that point, I would also technically have all the skill point quests. So I would have, what, 4 more points? So 1, 2, 3, 4. So at level 30, I would have level 20 Holy Fire and 14 Resist Fire, if that's all I put my points into. I mean, it certainly seems to smack hard enough for Act 4 in normal difficulty. Let's assume I'm level 40. So at level 40, I would have 20 points into Holy Fire, and then I could possibly have 20 points into Resist Fire, with 4 points. Well, let's say three skill points from the quests, because I'm level 40, not 41. So I could have 1, 2, 3 into Salvation, which would be a little bit better. So at level 40, I should be just entering Nightmare difficulty. Let's take a look at Nightmare difficulty, Act 1. Get an idea of what kind of damage it does there. This is all practice, by the way, so when ladder comes out, I need to know these things. So I need to know where I could farm. I don't want to have to think about this kind of stuff while I'm on the day. I want to be like, okay, I know I could go to this particular zone. I could walk around. I could murder everything with high magic find gear, and I can go find myself some equipment. So let's go to Darkwood. That seems like a good choice. Can I walk around Act 1 Nightmare magic finding as a Holy Fire Paladin without any equipment? I mean, didn't exactly kill that one super fast, but that was a unique. Certainly looks like Act 1 Nightmare seems doable. I mean, of course, I would be zealing too, so that would be a little bit more damage on top of that. A little bit of zeal action going on. I mean, it doesn't really matter what weapon I've got in my hand. Could be a Diggler Dirk for all I care, because I'm going to be applying the fire damage, which is added to the attack. I mean, for the most part, it definitely does look like Nightmare difficulty, players 1, level 40 is doable for a Holy Fire Paladin, just kind of walking around. Just kind of letting the Holy Fire do its thing. I mean, a couple hits here or there. I mean, yeah, I could even put on a bow if I wanted to, and I could just fire a bow. I mean, that would be okay. Let's try Act 2 Nightmare. Let's see how Act 2 Nightmare does with level 40. Let's do Arcane Sanctuary. That sounds like fun. A lot of ghosts here. Could be good potential for runage. Not a lot of damage to the Ghoul Lords. Takes quite a few hits. Let's try the ghosts here. The ghosts are getting their butts kicked. I mean, yeah. I mean, even with just level 40 Holy Fire, it still works out fairly well for this particular build. Just like early magic finding, not really worrying about too much. I mean, I could also go to places that are very non-fire resistant. Let's try Crystalline Passage. Crystalline Passage should be mainly full of cold immunes or cold resistant monsters, not necessarily fire. So it does look like non-max Holy Fire is not enough for Act 5 Nightmare. But let's reference our sheet here. So I have a sheet for levels. Let's see what level we would probably be at around Act 5 Nightmare. So Act 5 Nightmare looks like it's around level 60, which means we would probably have max Holy Fire by then. So let's just go ahead and assume max Holy Fire. So let's beef it up. Well, let's run around here in Crystalline Passage for a minute and see how it goes. I mean, just in general, the magic finding aspect of this would certainly be very easy. I could build up a lot of magic find equipment. I could run around like this and just kind of like, you know, obviously do some zeals here and there, because obviously I wouldn't want to just be a completely passive character. But for the most part, most monsters in the game, since my damage is mainly elemental, I should be okay, except for when I come across monsters like this that are fire enchanted. So fire enchanted stone skin, that's going to be part of my my downfall. I mean, the other thing is that I'm not 100% sure that I want to go with Holy Fire. The other options, of course, are to go with Holy Shock instead. So let's test out Holy Shock here instead. And of course, I'm probably going to get plus the skill equipment. So that's the other thing. So like I'm probably not going to have just base level stats. I'm not testing out anything else except for the aura, Rian. I know that my stats are wrong. The only reason I have those stats is for testing purposes, so I can just kind of stand here and watch and see how much damage it does. I mean, as far as skill-based damage goes, the character is a very good skill-based damage character. So, I mean, I'm not really going to have too much to worry about here as far as, like, damage goes. I should be okay for the most part, even up into, like, the end of Nightmare difficulty with relatively no equipment. So, like, for the most part, as far as, like, just doing okay with relatively nothing, this character should work out fairly well in that regard. He should be able to magic find just fine. I should be able to put like some magic find boots on him, some magic find gloves, maybe a gold wrap if we find one. You know, hold on to some magic find charms if we find any of those. And I feel like he'd work pretty well. But I mean, it definitely seems like he starts to peak around Nightmare Act 5. So let's go back to town real quick. Let's find out where he could effectively magic find, like the highest zone he could effectively magic find before he starts to peter off. So let's see here. I'm trying to think like a good magic find zone for Nightmare difficulty, and I feel like that's Durance of Hate, right? So Durance of Hate Nightmare, so Nightmare Mephisto. So let's run around real quick in Durance of Hate, and let's see how well this does against the monsters in Durance of Hate Players 1.
I need a key.
So about 3 to 4 hits for the monsters here. I mean, that's not bad. 3 to 4 hits for the monsters here. And that's assuming, of course, I'm not in there smacking them. And, of course, I can smack them. So, I mean... Well, that's what I'm looking at, is magic finding, how high I can magic find, like, easily, without too much actual equipment base. That's why I'm pretty much naked, so I've got literally nothing on, except for what? I've got a Raven Frost, a Carrion Wind, and a High Lord's Wrath. I mean, technically I could take off their rings and amulets, too. Really, all I'm trying to test is my not my survivability, because this doesn't matter. These charms don't matter either for that. I'm just testing how much the damage the aura does in these zones. So, like, is it killing things? How fast is it killing them? Is it something that I can rely on as far as magic finding is concerned? And it does look like if I can get to level 60, Act 3 Nightmare is perfectly doable, probably with a full magic find setup. So just completely magic find equipment, probably blues, topaz socketed armor, topaz helmet. You know, it's probably going to be garbage. It's going to be like a blue pair of boots with magic find on it. You know, it's going to be like maybe a gold dagger if I've got my hands on one by then. You know, a rhyme shield most likely. So I'll most likely have a rhyme shield, which is, again, no plus to skills. I'm not going to be rocking pretty much any plus to skills for the most part, unless I can happen to find some decent plus to skill equipment. And the goal of that is magic find. I mean, the more magic find I can get, the better. So, you know, it'd be like whatever weapon that I can find that's decent to actually apply my damage. I'd probably be running Zeal. I mean, most likely Zeal is the main source of damage there, right? So going to be running Zeal. Most of my points are probably going to go into whatever aura I choose. I'm probably not going to do Holy Freeze since I've already done a Holy Freeze recently. I usually like to swap it up. I mean, both of them are kind of nice, but the thing that bugs me about Holy Fire, and the reason why I'm leaning toward Holy Shock, is if you take a look at Act 5. So if we go to Act 4. If we go to Act 4 Nightmare, you will notice that Act 4 Nightmare is like the absolute worst place for any kind of character who wants to actually kill anything with fire. I don't know what it is about Act 4 Nightmare specifically, but Act 4 Nightmare is like the hard checkpoint for fire damage. And I definitely don't want to be stuck not being able to go through Act 4 Nightmare, which is what's kind of pushing me away from the Holy Fire just in general. Because, I mean, here we have Holy Fire, right? So let me make sure I've got Holy Fire on. And, I mean, most of the monsters here are in some way are highly resistant or immune to fire. And it's like, it doesn't really matter what your level of Holy Fire is, because most of the monsters here are just not really having what you're selling. Even the Urdars, which are not immune to fire, are still pretty highly resistant to it. And then you get to the Pit Lords. The Pit Lords are the real enemies here. So once you get to the Pit Lords are like almost entirely immune. Let's see if I can find them real quick. There's got to be some Pit Lords on the list here. There you go. Here's the Pit Lords, and you notice they're taking like no damage whatsoever from my fire. This right here, they're immune in hell, but they're like mostly immune, pretty much in normal difficulty, to the point where you literally can't even get past them. I mean, even with like 2,200 health there, just standing there watching them take like no damage. I don't know why I resurrected him. He's just gonna murder. Oh, he doesn't even have any equipment on. Whereas if I did that same thing with Holy Shock, I feel like that would have been a whole different encounter with Holy Shock. Just in general, because most of the monsters there don't have a massive lightning resistance. Which is what's leaning me toward Holy Shock, just in general. Why do I still have Holy Fire on? I mean, you guys see this? It's still underneath my feet. I definitely don't have Holy Fire on. I definitely don't have any equipment on that is providing me with Holy Fire. But I still have Holy Fire underneath my feet. I don't know what that's about. So the Holy Shock is doing about 1,310. It might just be not enough damage for this area. That's really all there is to it. Like neither the Holy Shock nor the Holy Fire is really enough damage, but the fire immunes definitely make it a little bit difficult. definitely does a lot more damage to the Pit Lords, I'll tell you that much. Aw, I almost lived. I almost lived. I mean, obviously I'm not going to be completely naked, so I will have defense of some kind. I'll have some equipment. I'll probably have a amulet, some rings. I mean, they're not going to be plus to skill rings, but they'll probably be any kind of magic find equipment that I can come across. You know, there's a lot going on here that will come in handy for a character like that is highly skill-based damage. But it does look like my skill-based damage without any form of plus to skills, without any, like, you know, skiller charms or any other pieces of equipment. It looks like the damage really kind of tops out at about Act 3 Nightmare. So anything past Act 3 Nightmare really kind of is just a little bit too difficult to rely only on the elemental damage. Now, of course, I'm also going to have a little bit of physical damage in there as well. Hopefully I'll find a halfway decent weapon at some point, so I can have a little bit of physical damage being added in, and I'll be able to apply the 1 to 3,931 lightning damage directly to the attacks too, so I can run around punching things at the very least, which should come in handy to help finish some targets off. The punching, or rather the there you go, Kyle, the punch paladin. The punch paladin, my boys, the punch paladin. A large shield. You can't even put on this large shield, can you? You piece of garbage. I don't know. I mean, for the most part, a paladin like this is literally going to be using whatever piece of magic find equipment I can get my hands on. I'm probably going to end up gambling a lot of it. So, like, you're probably going to see me hoarding items and making as much gold as I can early on. And then what I'm going to probably do is head to one of the gambles and just gamble for, like, boots, gloves, get any kind of magic find equipment that I can. I'm probably going to be just doing this, and I'll just sift through here, find a pair of boots, and I'll just try and gamble some magic find boots. And then, like, you know, if I can manage to get myself a nice pair of magic find boots or gloves or something, I'll probably wear those for quite some time. But it's gonna be a lot of garbage, I know that much. Like, it's not gonna be anything good. It's going to be whatever I can get my hands on, like something like this, like 24% magic find boots. Like, that's what I'm going to be running. Like some blue pieces of crap that I found on the ground, or I gambled, or, you know, somebody hands me, it's like, hey, I found these magic find boots that don't have anything else on them. You want them? And I'm like, sure, I'll take those. Who doesn't want a piece of garbage like that? And I want pieces of garbage like that. Look, 10%. Oh, 50 strength requirement will pooey on you. Mr. Nee, what are you even doing in there? Like, is your whole life a lie? Like, is this your life right now? You gotta, like, tear things up in there? You do understand that that's not a house in there that you're tearing up. That's actually me. Like, I live in there. That's my shirt. And you are being mean to me in my own shirt. Why are you being mean to me in my shirt? Why? He's such a little fighty thing. I don't even understand. He's in there. I got my key that I hang around my neck all the time. He's in there trying to chew up my key. I mean, my key's made out of metal. You ain't chewing up my key. I hate to tell you this, Mr. Knees, but that key is indestructible as far as you were concerned. And the chain that it's on. He's still chewing it anyway. I had to sell them all anyway. I don't know. I was just messing around. Anyway, you guys get the point. It's going to be garbage. I'm going to be wearing a bunch of garbage stuff like magic find equipment and whatnot. Yeah, you can also shop them at Charcy and like Elzix and stuff. They're not like super duper hard to find. Usually I'll run over to Elzix and I'll check Elzix a bunch of times and I'll see if he has any MF boots or or MF gloves or whatever.
I can't carry anymore. Impossible.
Mr. Nate, can I please politely ask you to stop chewing on everything in there?
Good day.
Bink. You can also check here. A lot of the times there'll be some magic gloves and stuff in here that you can find. If you look in here enough times, sometimes you'll come across one. You can do the old leave town, walk inside, shuffle, and you can keep refreshing it. But I mean, you guys get the point. I mean, basically, my character's not going to be running like the best equipment. Like, here you go. There's some 10% magic fine, sturdy leather gloves of chance. Woo! I'm so excited. Doot, 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 doot. Wear a skull cap with some chipped topazes in it. Mr. Nice.
Terror spreads across the sanctuary. It just upgraded.
Mr. Nice. All right, boys, I do got to go to work tonight. I got about 13 minutes to get ready. So I will see you all tomorrow. I'm actually on vacation this upcoming week, so I'll be on like pretty much every single day. So tune in. Today's my last day of work for this week, basically. So, yeah. And tomorrow we're probably going to focus a lot on getting ready for ladder. Obviously, since it's the last day before ladder, we're going to focus on, like... probably, like things to sell when you start with ladder, all sorts of interesting like leveling mechanics, skills to focus on. We'll do a bunch of stuff like that. We'll have some fun with it. All right, guys and gals, I will see you again. And as always, thanks for watching and keep watching. Isn't that right, Mr. Knees?
Have a good night.